You're right, Julia. You can't hold your drink and your dreams in the same hand. Yeah, that's why God gave us two hands. Does Michaels really think he's going to be a model? Also, is Lake the new Joey Bottles? Stick around because we're going to get into all that and much more here on Showmance, the #1 show on YouTube doing deep dives on shows with no depth.
Shows as shallow as the kiddie pool that half this cast needs to be sanctioned to.
Most of my notes are when's recess.
Yeah.
Like when is recess and the juice boxes. Your
punishment was getting sent to the pool?
I mean, because they're all acting like literal elementary school kids. I'm a little embarrassed about how hard I went for Lake.
How so?
Well, I've said in every episode, why did I feel like I thought Lake wouldn't take shit from anyone? I thought Lake kind of was like, okay, grandma, cool story. You know, like I really thought Lake was just sort of like above the fray and just like wasn't with these hoes.
Yeah,
That's why I was like shocked when she became friends with Emmy. And after this episode, I now feel like I absolutely understand. No, people like Emmy are made for Lake. Like Lake is supposed to befriend people like Emmy because Lake's not posturing herself in any way that would garner something different. Sorry, I had a rough time with Lake.
Wait, what?
Yeah, I didn't understand.
No, I just don't.
Anything.
This whole episode, you're like, oh, I don't like Lake after this episode?
I thought she was different. I thought she was a lot cooler and a lot more like identifying bullshit. And she's not. It's like Michaelels, like how Michaelels was put in charge, has a big job, it's just like a lot on his shoulders. And then you remember, oh, right, you're 23. So when you start crying literally at the drop of a hat in your boss's office, you remember like you're 12. And that's Lake, I think, is also 12. And I just thought she was smarter and better.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Am I in the wrong episode?
No, you could be. I didn't get that take. So let's hash it out, I guess.
I mean, I don't know if you are. I have a weird feeling that maybe.
This is the sippin'
paint and see
episode, right?
Paint and sip.
Yeah. I'm out on you, Lake.
Wow.
And now I just think you and Michaelels deserve each other, and Michaelels talks to you that way because you asked for it. I did a whole thumbnail that said, "Why is Michaelels such a pussy ass bitch?" Or
these next few episodes we're gonna completely disagree. I disagree with everything you just said.
Oh, I don't know how.
You too.
I didn't even say anything.
You said
you've said what you said. Listen, things are gonna get a little wonky because we had to do a thing that we've only ever had to do one other time, which is do 2 episodes back to back and then try to remember what happened in which episode. And this is why we don't like doing it, because things get jumbled. This
is true. Well, why don't we just
I brought it up.
Go in the order of this episode.
Yeah.
And that will help keep us on track. Hopefully. Okay. Fingers crossed. No guarantees. This is Showmance. We kind of do what we want around here. If you're new.
We don't do what we want. We do what we have to do.
Which is what we want.
No, I didn't want to do any of this.
All right, we're at Republic. Everyone's getting ready in the back room. Joe and Maddi not doing so good. Still kind of lingering from I'm going to work, and maybe Joe's not going to work. He's going to network in Joe's mind. Maddi's fine with a drinker, doesn't want a liar. That seems reasonable. Mm-hmm. I love that Joe doesn't think that he's lying because she has his location. So that means he can't be lying. Smart Joe.
I guess.
I'm going to rationalize that one day.
I don't know. I welcome anything that Joe does wrong because I just think it fast forwards us faster to the demise of this relationship because I don't like Joe anymore. I don't like anybody here. Listen, I'm coming off a week of West Side Scamandal. a lot of West and Amanda acting a fool all over town, ruining everyone's weekends. Maybe faking some shit. I don't know. So I went into this. I'm carrying a lot of baggage, I guess is what I'm trying to say. So I'm looking at everyone a little funny.
This is going to be fun for poor Joe and Maddi.
Joe.
Poor Joe. Lake talks to Jordyn about Justin. And apparently Jordyn, she doesn't give a about Justin anymore. But I feel like that maybe is a little Pinocchio.
Jordyn doesn't?
That's what she said. I don't give a F about him. But she clearly does.
Then what's it look like when you're in love? I would love to see that. Actually, I wouldn't. I opt out, unsubscribe.
Yeah, that'd be psycho. You got nothing?
I mean, I people say things all the time to rationalize to themselves.
Yeah, she clearly seems butthurt that Justin doesn't want to hang out anymore and be in a situationship. And instead of moving on and finding another dude in Charleston, of all places, she's going to linger on this. Maybe because she's on a reality show. Who knows? But Justin felt like, he's like, I feel like I've been pretty upfront about what this is. And he feels like she's kind of taking it more serious and says that she has the 3 Fs. We have fun, you feed me, and we beep word.
Oh,
That's the F word.
Listen, the fact that like basically this entire episode is going to be dictated by Jordyn's feelings for this douchebag who literally said the words, "You feed me and you f me," and that's basically fun for me.
Yeah, simple pleasures.
Like that should just like cut bait over.
Who, him or her?
Well, I think he's trying to cut bait, and I don't. Maybe his scissors are shitty or something. I don't know. It's not working. So she should. That'd be great.
I also think her saying that, if she make this joke numerous times, it's her trying to make light of the situation and hope that he's like, no, we're something more. Like, I don't know, bringing it up.
Yeah.
This is what we are together. What is, I don't know. I kind of feel like, obviously she may have said it as a joke, but it wasn't. It was kind of.
Are you talking about 3 Fs?
Yeah.
That seems like just a funny thing, like something you would come up with when you're in a couple. Like, oh, we got the 3 Fs.
When you have some kind of emotional connection, you have those inside jokes. This is what we're doing.
She didn't say it though. He did.
He said
he
says
said
it a
she
lot.
has a thing called the 3 Fs.
Oh, okay.
We have fun, you feed me, and you.
Okay. Then if you are saying those things out loud, then I think that you do know what this relationship is. And I don't know why you're like wreaking havoc on everyone else for like
Taco Bell and dick.
Yeah, pretty much.
I mean, listen, I would probably wreak havoc if I lost me some Taco Bell and the opposite of dick. So I get that.
I didn't realize that that was a shared thing. When I was listening to his confessional, I thought that that was just what he said about it.
Yeah, no, he said that she has this thing, the 3 Fs.
Okay, well, I don't know how to help you, Jordyn. This is your one time to be 12 and have this kind of thing happen to you, and that's it. Your card has been punched. It can't happen again.
But I just, like, y'all have no sympathy. Y'all don't go understand that when people are hanging out all the time and start they're going to get an emotional connection.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yes?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And we're just saying, you, Jordyn, for having an emotional connection.
No, I don't think anybody said you. I think that what we're saying is it's a bummer. Like, I have sympathy for her. Like, I feel bad that she's hurt, she seems to like him way more than he likes her.
He seems to know that too.
Well, but I don't think he's taking advantage of it. I don't think he's never led on to me.
But I think he knows that she cares.
Right, which I think is why he ended it. I think that's why Justin bailed, is because he was like, he was always coming to this as like a, hey, we're having fun, Justin. Like, this is what I do. I don't know. He has never seemed like he's a sneaky bang around type of dude. He's a situationship. It's open. We're doing all kind. And then once she started getting a little serious, and he was saying, don't date don't date X, Y, and Z. And I'm not even mad at that. Yeah, don't date in the friend group. We're still trying to figure this out. Keep it out of the friend group.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Completely fair request. And quite frankly, you could argue whether he did or didn't, right? Are her and Mia friends? I don't think so. She's in the circle, so like
they're in each other's
whatever.
Circle. He cut and run because she caught feelings.
Yeah,
you're
I agree.
aware she has feelings.
Yeah,
maybe I shouldn't do this one thing because we're still work together. We're still in each other's lives. Maybe I should do this one thing that you won't ask of me because I know you caught feelings. So I'm not stupid. I know it's going to hurt you.
Work there. So maybe he's leaving a work relationship
he knows
for a
exactly what
relationship.
He knew what it was. He knew it hurt her. That's why he broke up with her, so it wouldn't go farther. But he knew.
Right. That to me is gentlemanly. Like, that's borderline chivalry.
I think gentlemanly would be just not doing anything with me.
Well, that's two separate things. I think breaking up with her, being like, wow, she's deeper into this than I am. I should probably end this because I don't think I'm going to get there. Not that he said those words.
Great.
That to me is, that's a gentlemanly thing to do. And not lead her on and keep going because it's a hot girl that you want to bang all the time.
He did that because she caught feelings. So she cares at this point, right?
Yes.
He realizes that. If he realizes that, he should realize that going to do the one thing she asked not to do, even though they're not together, is going to affect her.
Sure. But like things are different. Like these are kids. Like this is Charleston. They're dating. Like they were not serious. Nothing happened with him and Mia. She's hurt because Justin doesn't like her. Totally fair. I have sympathy for that. I liked a girl once and she didn't like me. It super sucks. We've all been there. Like that's a bummer. Most of us have been there. But like, it's not, we can't blame Justin and shit on him because he didn't want to be with this girl and she wants to be with him and he wants to find out what it might be like with this other girl that he's attracted to. And like, he's allowed to do that.
I don't think Justin was looking at me. I don't think Justin was looking at me and going, oh, that's the love of my life. That's my soulmate.
I don't think Justin's ever thought that a day in his life.
So just don't hook up in this friend group because it's going to affect Jordyn. So I'm just saying all of Jordyn's actions after this, and Lake's actions after this are coming from no one seems to give a that it was kind of a shitty thing to do. You did the best you could and said, cool, I'm out because you have too much feelings and I can't get there.
I think it was only shitty because Jordyn thinks this was more than it was. And she told Lake that it was way more than it was.
And everyone knew that she thought that. Everyone knew her psyche.
But just because she thought a thing that wasn't true doesn't make it true and doesn't make it where everyone has to like skirt around it and be like,
imagine how
the Delulu girl thinks this is true, so we better placate it.
If Justin and Mia didn't kiss or go on a date, none of this would be happening, and you'd be like, okay, cool.
It'd 100% be happening with Charlie or whoever else would have come along next.
In that side, I would be on Justin's side, but in this way, I'm not.
I think you're just a man hater.
But I just have a question because there are some, and they're light. They're very light because I find one to be way more serious. But I feel like you're kind of contradicting a little bit what you like your thoughts on Weston, Amanda, and Sierra, and that whole thing. Like it seemed like you were.
What show are you talking about? What are we doing here?
Well, because now I'm just trying to
mix
listen.
it up
I'm just
here.
trying to. I'm trying to learn what you're saying. But do you normally feel that way? I guess. Which way do you normally feel? Because it seemed like you didn't think anybody did anything wrong on Summer House.
My biggest thing about Scamanda is a timeline. It's a timeline. Oh God, now you're gonna get people on the show that I host talking shit about me. You did this, right? Okay, it's all about a timeline. It's very like, in my mind, Sierra and Wes dated in 2023, broke up in 2024, right? That sounds about right.
Not even that long. I mean, if they started dating in November of 2023, they were together for 4 months.
And then,
not saying it wasn't insignificant.
Yeah,
I'm just saying.
no, of course. And then a bunch of shit happened. And there were points where during this season of Summer House, I'm not caught up. Where I saw them
how convenient.
Where I saw that where they're sitting on those chairs and he's like touching her. Yeah. You know, it's obvious she's not into it. And I understand there's so much going on. I'm just saying he's like, oh, she's not in. I don't know.
It doesn't matter.
It's a timeline. It's a timeline. Okay. Until I'm proven otherwise, and I know you have so much things on Instagram and somebody sent you this and then it links into that and to that. But until I see anything else that says, yeah, we hooked up inside the house. We went into that house dating. No, it doesn't change my mind. And so, unfortunately, for everyone watching this.
Okay. Well, Mia doesn't work there, but Amanda and Sierra live together.
But Molly. Oh, so Amanda and
Justin
Sierra.
and Jordyn and Mia is worse than West Side Scamandal to you?
I mean, they just broke. Like he just cut it. He just
up, dude. He just said
he just cut it off. He cut it off.
Anymore.
Yeah. He just cut it off.
I don't want to bang you. They were banging.
Great. Like, listen, that's great. If you hang out with somebody for over a couple months and bang a lot, you're gonna catch feelings. I'm sorry. That's human, right?
Absolutely.
And if he wasn't feeling it at a certain point, which he got to that, she's into this way more than me. He knows that she caught feelings.
Yeah, and he moved on.
But he could have still honored her one request going, man.
Her request was, while we're together, no one in the friend group. Okay. He broke up with her.
All right.
Got
cool.
with the girl.
I mean, if Mia is being truthful, and I feel like she is, because I don't feel like anybody has been like, that's not true, because she said this 10 times now. I don't understand. We're not friends. And why would I consider her? Why would I call her? Why would I ask her? We don't speak that way. And Mia doesn't even work there. I had forgotten that until literally an hour ago that Mia doesn't
She
even
doesn't
work there.
And not to jump ahead, to jump on the back of like a question being asked multiple times with no answer. For what?
Yeah.
Apologize for what? For what?
Yeah.
Jordyn didn't have an answer. Lake didn't have an answer. Maddi didn't have an answer.
You can't jump ahead and start doing that specific
can't do
kind of
that.
stuff. He
Whatever.
started doing this before too. Just this last week, you've been really on one doing this.
Because it pertains to what we're talking about. You brought it up.
Before we leave are we like?
What? We get one more thing, and then we're moving on.
Could you just imagine working at Republic and not being part of the cast?
Dude.
Just being one of those
I didn't
random
even thought about
bartenders
that.
or
Yeah.
random people holding the sign or with a sparkler every once in a while, and they're like, "No, we're good, Jessica.
Yeah, you just weren't interesting enough, Jessica.
Yeah.
We already have Bella and Ella. We're dealing right
Yeah,
now. We
they're
don't
already gonna have to cage fight.
If I did a
for-
camera test, I just
like
they
that's
never
gotta be
called
just
me.
mess with your psyche, right?
Unless you're one of the people that's truly like no way.
Yeah, but how are you
yeah.
supposed to be friends with
if
anyone
you're not
on the
that
cast?
person? Yeah.
Oh,
They're like,
yeah.
could you just get off? You're in the shot.
You're in the shot.
Could you just get?
Hey, Stacy. Yeah, Stacy. Just perfect, hon. Thanks.
Thank you.
Stacy? No, Sierra.
Or like
doesn't matter.
these
The one with
Yeah,
the
just
thing.
go.
these
Yeah.
backroom meetings with like Michaelels and Leva, and only a third of the staff's there. They're like, cool.
Yeah,
I'll
like, do they have
I'll
a
be out.
second meeting? That's a good point. Like, do they
I
have
didn't think
two
about
meetings?
that. Yeah, because it's one thing if you're gonna let them be
Because
like
Michael's even
working the
run this
same
place?
night. Huh?
Does Michael's even run this place?
Oh my god, I would not be
They
surprised.
got a second manager.
Like even in
who's actually
Vanderpump, they
doing
had
it.
photos with the whole everyone, and even the group meetings. It felt like there was like, I was like, who the is that guy?
So many people that you're like, none of these people are on this show.
That's
They
a great
literally have staff meetings that are just for shooting.
That's funny.
And also, if you didn't get on the show and then Ella did, you must really be like,
No. If you're
watching
Ella
paint
and
dry.
you were on the show before Bella, and you're like,
oh, that's true. I have said from the beginning that Justin takes things too far in his situationship. It's one thing if you meet out at a club one night and you both go home together, then you both equally made that choice to sleep together on the first night, maybe have a second night, but like that's it. It seems like they both kind of consider each other, like I had said before, they're eating dinner together. They're spending multiple nights in a row together, waking up in the morning, have to figure out who's going to get in the shower first. Like they both work at the same place. I bet you they carpool sometimes. Like, oh, do you want to just ride with me? Whatever. That can definitely get in the way of a girl being able to decipher, is this something or was this just a one night stand that turned into a 2-night stand and whatever?
No, that makes a little sense. Like I can see, well, you didn't put into all these variables of like eating dinner together and wondering who's going to shower
I
first.
said hung
and
out for months. and fucked
hanging
for
out
months.
is
Was
fucking.
it months?
It's been a minute, yeah.
I am
That's
curious.
Travis
Like-
saying, I don't know.
When I
but
go
I'm
high
trying to
pitch,
fool
when I go
you,
high
yeah.
pitch, maybe I don't know.
Like if it's
Not
been
true.
for less than a month, here is what, because listen, anybody that has been watching us do this show knows that I've been very anti-Justin. I'm literally just coming around and not just like rolling my eyes and like giving out like a big gasp every time I have to hear his name. So I'm moving along there. So this is not me shilling for trail mix dick, as I endearingly call him. But it does seem like he probably does do that. That to me is codependent. You want someone around all the time. I hate that. I know people like that. I'm not into it. But what I think might have happened is he realized, like this to me, I don't think this has been going on for more than a month, maybe a month. But like this seems like a 3 to 4 week thing. But when you're spending all that time
A
together,
month, 4 nights a week,
that's what
working
I'm
together
saying.
is a lot.
That's what I'm saying.
It's a good point, Travis.
That's what I'm
I
saying.
hate you.
So even if you are telling someone, just FYI, just a little reminder, like, I don't want anything serious. Like, I'm having a great time. Like, sure, you can come over for dinner tomorrow and cook me some more food, and then I can you afterwards. Like, so even if he is being really upfront about that, it still is a bummer that he's still continuing to spend so much time with her and do all those things. So it doesn't cross cancel it, but it's a thing. I think that what probably happened, and I'm just speculating and guessing because I don't even know if it's only been 3 or 4 weeks, but that's what I'm going with, is that he did realize that things were getting to a point with her where, like, even though I'm verbalizing every day, this is not a thing, she's getting in too deep. She has every right to be bummed and to be sad and hopefully learn from it and don't do that again, and make sure to communicate your like exactly how you're feeling. Don't just go, no, I get it. No, it's fine. No, I'm not looking for anything either. Like as many girls do. I have definitely done that at some point in my life. So I think that the big sin here for what's her name? Jordyn. She's not even on the show, really. Like she's not even a
She's
cast.
like a girlfriend of.
Yeah, she's like a girlfriend. She's like a buddy of. Yeah. Is that she is causing a huge rift. She's basically demanding that people take sides in something. And if you're getting down to that, then you got to go back to what was communicated to you, which was several times, I am not looking for anything serious. So you can expect that your friend or roommate Molly doesn't go and bang him. I think that that's
Fair.
definitely a fair thing to expect.
That would suck.
But if you are not friends with Mia, who is a full-time cast member, and Justin is also a full-time cast member, and they both signed on the dotted line to show us their lives and do interesting things. One of them
Like
being
make out.
like make out and date and go to fancy dinners and send little Instagram stories and whatever. These people are catching a paycheck for this. So I think unless Jordyn's just a part of the drama of that, and as this is just all just like a made up thing or just drama to get more airtime, great job if that's what it is, because you're getting it. Yeah. I would have never. Jordyn is a little skinny pipsqueak to me.
Yeah,
I wouldn't have known anything about her had she not got involved in this.
100%. But don't waste that airtime, Jordyn. Use your words. Talk. Say something. Like she's getting airtime, but it's not her airtime. It's other people fighting for her.
For her,
airtime.
And she literally looks like she. Listen, she's beautiful, but she's very tiny. And with how fragile she's acting about all this, she literally she keeps making me want to flick her, and maybe she'll fall over.
No, she will fall over. She's too skinny. She needs to eat a couple cheeseburgers and stop around.
Yeah, I mean, he went after Mia. Like, I think that Mia probably takes down a few fajitas.
Oh yeah,
Mia's got some curves.
Yeah, Mia don't mess about.
Note. Maybe get new boobs before next season. Maybe that'll get you halfway.
Yeah, a lot of shit talking on the fake boobs.
Which is like
that's not very
so pathetic.
Girl of you.
No, it's so pathetic and it's so transparently jealousy. It's such jealousy.
I didn't even know those boobs were fake. Speaking of fake boobs,
I feel like we watched two different shows. So.
We always do this.
Yeah, that's the beauty of the Showmance, Travis. One show. 3,467 different viewpoints. Like and subscribe. All right. You had given me earlier such a perfect lead into this next scene. I can't remember what you were talking about, but you said the word punch. And speaking of punching someone in their dumb face, we're now with Michaelels.
I mean, this is exactly what he needed for his ego.
Oh, 100%.
He was I feel like he was really
That is a good point. I didn't think
he just wasn't feeling good about himself, and he was like,
down in the dumps for sure needed a little confidence boost. This guy. I'm almost not mad at his mom anymore for kind of being like, you need to,
No,
like, I'm not
I agree.
coming.
The way he handled his mom and coming out is kind of, it's a more sloppy version of what Lake did.
Yeah. How did he come out to his mom? I actually don't remember.
I mean, he just put it out on TV that he's gay and that she wasn't really a big fan.
Well,
and
he told her, like, he talked to his family.
Yeah.
His mom wasn't super pumped about it being on TV and all that. But he said he made progress. They made progress after last season that they talked and that she's been coming and giving him money.
Yeah.
Which seemed like a very important thing to bring up.
Was this whole thing just about that she didn't want to talk on FaceTime?
It was his photo shoot. It was a storyline.
Yeah. So he was doing the photo shoot where he got his first modeling job ever in the history of the world. And what do you know? It's a cover. That happens all the time. If you guys are aspiring models, don't worry about it. And then he's like, I want to FaceTime my mom and like share with her this experience that I'm having. And she was like, yeah, I'm going to do my hair or whatever. She didn't say that.
No. She called. She didn't answer the FaceTime. And then she called.
Yeah. And
said she didn't want to. And for him to get angry just feels like, I don't know, for him to FaceTime feels manipulative. Yeah. And especially when he was like, no, but I want to show you something. She's on the phone with you. Tell her.
Yeah.
Like
Send her a
she
photo.
doesn't want to be
send her a photo.
on camera.
Yeah,
Exactly.
Check Instagram.
Leave
I'm sure
her
there's
like
80,000 posts.
it just feels manipulative and
For him to say afterwards too that like I just wanted to give her an opportunity to show America
Oh,
that she.
my God.
I was like,
I hated
whoa,
that.
dude, you're gonna get spanked.
this is
so
her
hard when
opportunity
you
to
get home.
show the world she's proud of her son.
Oh, you're gonna.
And it's
get-
just like,
you're
yeah,
gonna
yeah,
get-
yeah,
you're
dude.
so
You're
grounded.
forcing that on her though.
Yeah.
She's from a different time. She's dealing with her own son coming out. Like, I don't know. Like,
Yeah, does it-
you can't just go,
Yeah.
accept it. Like, it doesn't work that way.
Does it suck? 100%. Like I don't
Yes.
know, but like I'm sure it sucks.
Yes.
But like also, she's a different person. You're a different person. You're both different people. If she has to accept you, then you need to also accept her.
Do we know if he told her, Mom, I got the cover. I'm going to be at my shoot tomorrow and I'm going to call
No,
you.
he said something like, I have a surprise. I'm going to FaceTime you tomorrow.
So he told her
He didn't
the
tell.
day
I don't know
before?
if he told her what it was.
But like, did he tell her the day before that
Yeah.
he wanted to FaceTime?
Yeah,
For
I think,
sure?
I think something like that.
Okay, I didn't catch that part, and I was just thinking I need a 24-hour advance notice of FaceTime.
But even if
period.
sending someone a text and saying, hey, like, she's like, oh, you're just setting this up to be on camera. Like, I know you're filming right now.
Yeah.
How often do they FaceTime? You're like, we don't FaceTime. What are you talking about? Like,
Yeah.
I don't know.
In
No, I hate
67-year-old
FaceTime.
women.
And I know that the kids only FaceTime. I hate FaceTime. And if you call me and try to FaceTime me and I don't know that it's happening, then I'm not camera ready. I'm sorry. I'm not getting on FaceTime with
Well,
you. And so I'm wondering if there was for sure a 24-hour notice on top of the fact that it's going to be filmed, because I'm just that way because I'm just a vain asshole. If his mom is like, didn't know that was happening, and now I'm going to be broadcast to the globe, no thank you.
Put it this
I'll
way.
call you.
Put it this way. Yeah. Like, Mike's filming a TV show. You know he's filming in these 3 months and he FaceTimes you. You're like, oh, God, there's a camera behind him.
Yeah, exactly.
You just know.
Yeah.
Yeah, that, like,
You wouldn't answer.
No.
Whatever's.
and it'd be different if she didn't call back immediately.
Exactly.
Oh, what's the problem? What happened?
Exactly.
What's up? But she called back immediately and she had no problem talking to him. And you could even tell he's like, no, but I wanted to show you.
I don't care.
Yeah.
Tell her.
You're not reinventing the wheel. Like, you're not going to the moon. This is a modeling job that later on I feel like he's going to say, I worked so hard. I really wanted to do it. I don't think he did. I don't think you've been working so hard to be a
like,
model.
no offense, bro. You did nothing.
I
You
You're on
did
a
nothing.
show. So you got.
I'm sure he
Also-
wants his mom to be proud of him, but I also feel like he wants to show people his mom's proud of him.
But also,
show them that she's not, because either way, it's looking good for you. Because we decided last week that Michael's is the kind of guy that wakes up and goes, how can I make this all about me today?
Yeah,
how can I
that's
cry
true.
about something or reprimand someone or tell them they've wronged me or whatever?
but also, bro, baby steps. Okay, like you just said that things are getting better, and now you want to FaceTime your mom to show her that you're on the cover of So Gay magazine. Like, dude, come on, like. We need to baby step this thing and use our brain a little bit. She'll get there and you'll get there and we'll all get there and live happily ever after, peace on earth. It's going to happen, but you got to.
You can't cannonball your mom.
Yeah, dude, it's your mom.
Into
Fuck, bro.
out.
Yeah, like
Into West Hollywood. You can't shoot her over here.
totally. Like one phone call and all of a sudden you're sending her. No, I'm going to leave that part down. All right, we're moving on. Dude, speaking of, this is a super gay episode. TJ and Joe meet up for what the hell is going on?
I don't know.
Here?
I never want to get near that damn machine.
Dude.
I know the answers and I don't want to hear it.
See, I
And
feel
it's
like
all
I
a
feel
scam
like
anyways.
really.
Yeah, I believe it's such a scam to show someone like, I mean, you don't know what this thing is. It happened to me when for the very first time when I went to go get Botox, probably like 10 years ago or something. I went with my friend Susan and she took me to a place because I had no idea where to go. And they were lovely and they did a great job. But then she was like, I think trying to upsell me on some other stuff, not Susan, the injection lady, was trying to upsell me on some stuff. And so all of a sudden my face is on a screen like that, looking just like that. And it's like,
All old and shit.
oh my God, scared the shit out of me.
Wait, but do you look hot when you're old?
You don't see what you look like old. You're seeing like basically seven different layers of skin on your
Dude,
face.
when they
All the
said
bacteria
Joe,
and
the
shit.
bacteria,
Everything.
and it was just a whole face of bacteria, I was like,
I might scratch my skin off.
God
That's
damn,
why I don't
yeah,
want to
no,
see
that's
it.
an acid
That's what I
bio.
mean. Like, oh, what's that? Bacteria. Prove it. Like, I want to know, like,
Look, it's
it's just
on the thing right there. All the bacteria.
I understand
That's what
that.
color
But
bacteria
all I'm
is.
saying is that I felt very much like, oh, you know, if you just spend a couple $100 extra and like we can fix this. You can fix all of that for $200? Doubtful. Like, so it just seems like you're just trying to upsell me a couple $100 on this stupid little Botox trip that I took. I probably only got like 10 units or something because I was just like, didn't really know what I was doing and whatever. So it just like, I don't believe that what they're saying, like if now knowing that it was only a couple $100 to do this other thing, I don't believe that you can only pay $200 to fix this thing that they're showing you. Ipso facto, I believe this whole thing's a scam, and it's just to upcharge you something else.
I'd probably be the sucker that paid the $200 just to be like, now do my bacteria thing again. Let's see how that. I'd be like, all right, you still got my $200.
I look the same as I did then.
So yeah, not much else happened here. Joe has a little ways to go in order to profit from his birthday party. I get it, but I don't get it. Like, are we having a birthday party, or is this a business opportunity to show Leva that you know how to bring business to a place that's not hers, Joe?
Yeah, the whole thing wasn't really set up correctly because I was very like, I just thought this was a birthday, and then he was going to sell tickets and make some money because why not?
Pay for it, maybe.
Yeah, exactly. Like pay for it and maybe make a few bucks. But like he's a public person. This reminds me of that episode of Entourage when Turtle was like, I'm just going to throw you a party. You don't even have to go. We're just going to make one little pit stop. And he picks up his envelope, like a shoebox actually full of cash. So these things happen. I get it. But he just wasn't really clear. Like, is this an event to show your boss that you can do a thing?
Yeah.
Or was this your birthday? Because when it was helpful for it to be your birthday and you could hold on to it and make it all your excuses for everything, it was your birthday. And when it wasn't, it was a business thing. So,
which is just, let me show my current boss how good I am at promoting by selling at a venue that isn't hers.
Yeah.
She's going to love that.
This is going to kill it.
She's going to love how I make her competitors money.
Yeah.
How could she not?
I'm going to make sure she knows I'm going to make it the competitor right next door.
It's not like you threw an event for a random day of the week to make money, to do something business-wise. You threw yourself a party.
You threw yourself a birthday party.
like when I was younger and I would think about robots in the future and like, oh, there's going to be people like, because, you know, we've been hearing tale of this happening our whole lives, that there was gonna, like, I thought they were going to be
genius.
Joe was who I had in my mind basically my whole life. And now I realize like, no, that's not a thing. Robots are actually like supercomputers.
You know who like, Joe is? Joe is the perfect Manchurian candidate, run for Congress. They're just going to tell him what to say. Yeah. He smiles and says, hey, how's it going? I'm Joe. Here to help. You know what I'm saying? And they're just feeding him everything. He's
like the guy like in the Barbie movie. Like he would be like the Ken doll who's like, I think, no, I want to go in there. I don't know why, but I think I'm supposed to. Like that just...
Is that the one with the nuclear weapon?
The Barbie movie?
It was a Barbenheimer joke because Barbie and Oppenheimer came out at the same time.
I never saw Barbie. I thought we weren't going to
I've never saw Barbie either.
I didn't. And one day I'll always remember this and feel a little bad, but it's too funny to like really feel bad about. But I had decided that I would watch it because somebody told me it's not at all what you think. Like it wasn't at all what I was expecting. So in the last few months of my dad's life, I literally go in to watch something with him and I put it on and convince him like, no, let's just try it out and we'll turn it off if it sucks. I don't know what happened, and this is a series of events. This is a thing that happens all the time when I'm in Oklahoma because I have a gigantic family who it's just like a revolving door. They all stop by. It is that house that just like your sister comes over, raids the refrigerator, and leaves. I don't know what happened, but I think a bunch of different random things like that happen. I end up leaving him in there the whole time, and I go back in. It's been 2 hours. I just ran into the kitchen to get something. He ends up watching the whole movie by himself, and he doesn't really, not too mobile, you know? And so he was like, I can't believe that you left this on. I can't believe that I just watched this movie. Torture. This is the dumbest moment of my life.
You tortured your poor dad.
Sorry, Dad. One of his final feature films was having to sit through Barbie by himself in his bedroom. Sorry, in the middle of the day, like at noon on a Thursday.
I wouldn't even do that to Gracie.
Do you have your rings? Oh, shit. What's not getting recorded right now?
It's right here. I took it off because I can't type in it.
Wait, what?
Every time she doesn't wear those rings, something's going to happen. We're going to text you later and be like, yeah, we don't have the first half of the show. It's trust.
Yeah, if you don't see a gigantic ring that just slides all over my finger all the time, then...
Well, I'm busy tomorrow.
Yeah, we heard. So am I. All right, now let's move to Lake and Molly. And Lake, with her opportunity to be the new Lake Bottles, Leva's leaning on her now to throw a little party because in the hospitality world these days, it's all about experiential events, and you gotta do something while you drink. Get people off their phones. So we're gonna paint and drink.
Sip happens. Paint about it. Why not paint about it?
Sip happens.
Sip
like
happens.
that.
I can't imagine all the paint that was everywhere after everybody left. Like I'm sure they had the tables covered and whatever, but that doesn't account for the floor. It doesn't account for the furniture.
Yeah, Leva's for sure second guessing.
Yeah.
Or like having second thoughts on this idea when she came the next morning.
Yeah.
It was like, holy shit.
As soon as like Lake started talking about Leva came to her about it, I'm like, Joe's gonna be angry.
Yeah, Joe's pissed.
I was here for so long and I've done so much for Leva. I just don't understand
That's good.
how Lake could like, I care.
I have dreams. I paint.
I don't get it.
I have anxiety,
That's why I drink.
I'm an idiot.
So yeah, this was just a little planning mission. It seemed like it seemed like Lake did reach out to Molly.
For some help.
Yeah, for some help, which I thought, oh, this is cool. Also, really digging Molly. Every episode that goes by, I'm liking her more and more and more. I know you hate her.
I love Molly.
I was like, who hates Molly?
Yeah.
Molly's my favorite.
Yeah, no, she's becoming.
She's becoming Molly,
She's
which is
becoming
nice.
Molly.
She's
That's a
not
good
someone
point.
that I can be like, oh, who she's like the so-and-so of this show. She's very much an individual.
I was going to say she's becoming my Maddi. Like, and I know Maddi did a dumb thing with Brad, but right now Maddi's my favorite. I don't know why. There's not a lot of people. Justin, I like Justin.
I'm getting to like him more, and now
Until he does something crazy psycho.
well, especially because the reason I didn't like him, now I'm just annoyed at that person who is the reason.
Right.
So now I'm like, you've done nothing to me. Let's party.
Yeah. Yeah. And until you do, I think I'm okay with you.
Yeah.
This was just a little planning session. Not much happened here.
Really? This is where Lake confronts her and trying to give Molly advice, like maybe you're not a good friend. Like,
Oh, yeah.
remember I was like, I made a point last episode.
Yeah.
She was asleep. I think she did come out in the morning. She woke up while everyone else was awake. 12 people in the living room. And she was like, oh, what happened? And someone said, Justin and Maya made out last night. But she wasn't there. And I don't know if she registered it.
Exactly.
Because it was set in a room of good mornings.
Yeah.
And she was like, just woke up.
I can't
hungover.
even see for the first like 20 minutes. I'm awake. I can't.
That's
it's
a
like
problem.
there's a glaze over
Most
me.
fights I got in my relationships is because they wanted to talk in the morning. I'm like, no, no.
Bro.
I need my coffee and my Adderall, and then 20 minutes on top of
give
that.
me a minute.
Yeah.
The advice didn't go too well. Molly wasn't having it. So you calling me a bad friend?
What's happened here is Molly's acting like she doesn't understand why Jordyn's pissed at her. And what's kind of lame in this is that she's like, so I totally got an earful from Jordyn, and Lake's like, what about what? Like, which is just so obvious to me. Like, you already know you're friends with Jordyn. She already told you this whole thing, and now Molly's telling you. And maybe Molly already knows what Lake's going to say too. I don't know, but I did not buy that Lake was hearing this for the first time, and or didn't know what she was talking about or insinuating. And so then for Molly to just basically say, like, I didn't know this happened, and for Lake to go, yeah, you did, you were there. And she's like, I absolutely wasn't there. And I feel like she said a few times, no, you saw it, bitch, you saw it. She was like trying to be like funny at first, like, I know you were there, you saw it. And she's like, I actually did not see it. And so then finally she's basically, I mean, I guess not proven wrong, because you would have to roll the tape to be proven wrong, but like, then she just goes, well, you're involved in it because you're friends with Mia, so you're involved in it. And it just was like, you try to come at her right now.
You were involved in it.
Yeah, or I told her that you saw it. That's what it was.
Yeah.
I told you that you saw it, that you were there with all of us. And she goes, but I wasn't. Well, now you're like, that is like right away, if you realize that you told someone something that really pissed them off, and then now realize like, oh, I told them bad information, and now I'm sitting with the victim of that bad information relay. And the way she just like shrugged it, well, you're involved now. Like with no, like, you know what, I'll call her and tell her, actually, now that I think of it, Molly wasn't there or whatever.
That. I wouldn't call her.
I mean, either way, like, she's not going to bring up any like fix for this. Like, and that was the start of me looking at Lake funny.
Yeah, I'm Team Molly. I didn't like Lake in this moment.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't either.
Although there's been plenty of times in my life when somebody's like, oh, you were there. And I was like, I wasn't.
Yeah.
And nothing comes. They still believe I was there. I wasn't. Like it just. I don't know.
Yeah.
What shit happens?
Shit does
Sip
happen.
happens.
Sip
Sip
does.
happens.
Sip does happen. When Lake was like, I think you should do this and do that, like with Jordyn, and Molly was like, I don't think you should tell me how to treat or what to do with my friends.
Yeah.
Like the thing that got me about Molly this episode was that, and then the next time we saw the two of them, she was fine.
Yeah.
She was fine. Like she said her piece. She's like, cool. This is how I feel. Right?
Yeah.
Cool. Great. Moving on. Like there's no, Molly doesn't seem to have any lingering effect. She's going to tell you what's going on. If there's a problem, we're going to talk about it right now. We're going to sort it out and we're moving on. And the next time we see each other, we're going to be cool. Unless the last time we saw each other, we told each other we're not going to see each other anymore.
Yeah.
And that I dig.
Yeah. Team
So
Molly.
her shrugging it off and not offering like let me actually fix that really quick and just tell her like, actually, she wasn't there. She might still be mad at you because you're friends with me. I get that. But like, I'm going to do my part to like correct that I gave her bad information. And also, Molly, thank you so much for even being here and doing me this favor that you're not getting paid for. They hired me to do it. And I've now wrangled you into it. And you're so lovely to be here. Like none of that either. Like, I just thought it was like a really shitty, like, there's just no self-awareness in this. It was just, I don't like it. I didn't like it.
Just following up on what you said, like how Lake didn't do the, like later on be like, oh shoot, you know what? I thought this, that my bad. It's actually not what happened. Molly did go to Jordyn, and we'll get to it later. She did go to Jordyn and be like, yo, I was talking to Lake and she said that this, that, and that. That's not what happened. I'm sorry I was a part of it. I know I did say that, da, da, da. We'll get to it later. Stay tuned. But just following up on what you said, Molly did go do that. Like she did go to Jordyn and be like, hey.
You got to clear your name.
Yeah,
I
if the lying liar isn't going to do it.
Yeah, Lake to me seems like she's just moving into that cash money role. Like, let's just cash checks. I'll start stirring the pot.
Yeah.
But like,
Because, like,
do you
she
guys not
still
remember
has-
like early Lake, one of those first dinners when Lake was introduced? She was like, so Emmy, what's up? Just out of the middle of the dinner. Like Lake's always been like, let's talk about this shit.
Well, it's what's funny is her and Mia have always like I don't remember Lake always been in that way.
I remember a dinner that got all quiet and she just looks at Emmy and she's like, what's up? What's going on? How you feeling? And just brings it all up.
That's what I mean. Lake used to be a lot more direct and a lot ballsier, but like it felt like there was things to back it up. Whereas now I feel like she's just kind of flying off the cuff and then like doesn't like I don't trust her word anymore. I've now looking back and being like, Michael said that you always do this. You have a big mouth. You stir the pot. You run around telling everyone about
But she's
everything.
always stirred the pot.
But like stirring the pot is one thing. Like there's stirring the pot where you go around and cause a bunch of little things behind the scenes to go on. None of that is direct. When you tell someone, Emmy, what's up? So I heard your boyfriend cheated on you. What's up with that? Like, that's a very, like, I'm putting myself on the line. Maybe half the table here isn't going to like it, but like, I'm not mincing words here. Like, I'm saying it. I'm saying exactly how I feel. Right now, it seems like Lake is going around and having conversations that are involving other people that are either getting them in trouble or with Michael's. Like, Michael's wasn't in trouble, so Michael's was just being Michael's and making a big thing out of nothing. But it could have gotten him in trouble. Brad could have said, Michael's, I told you I was handling it. Why did you tell Lake? And he told her anyways. So there weren't ramifications for it, but there could be. She just seems sloppy and just not the kind of straight shooter that I thought that she was. So now when I went so hard on Michael's and I still feel that way, I feel like Michael's had a point about Lake. And I hate that. I hate going so hard for someone and then going, oh, you are kind of messy. I didn't realize.
Huh. What do you think of that?
Listen, he might have been right in hindsight. We're finding out, but the delivery still.
That's what I mean. Yeah, Michael's is still who he is, but and sometimes I will go hard for someone, but I'll preface it with, I know she's a messy bitch, but she's my favorite bitch on this show, so I don't care. I don't like that other guy, so that guy.
Yeah.
This is my girl. I'll do that, but I like to have that knowledge in advance.
The thing that's weird about Lake is she will go back and forth. Like at the party, like in the beginning of the party and this planning and like talking about like, oh, my parents spent this money. I went to school. Like I shouldn't be at a door of a club. I should be doing things like that. Those aspirations, that belief in herself. The beginning of setting up this party was off the hook. Like it was so good. She was running around in the beginning, like killing it.
Yeah.
Like totally killing it.
With Molly.
Okay.
I'm just saying, like she had a professional event planner come and walk the space with her and set it all up with her. Like Molly was there doing all that stuff with her. Like when we get there later, they're both there hanging things up.
Right.
I think Molly's even the one that's on the couch and Lake's like, you should take your shoes off. Lake's kind of stoner.
Well, I mean, she shouldn't have been on the couch with those heels.
No, I agree. But I'm just saying, like, Molly's up there working, not at her own event.
I think Lake was with her. Lake got up there.
No, she was.
Yeah, whatever.
All I'm saying is that I just think it was a lot of gall to go after someone and like that was there helping you. Maybe the whole thing was set up. Maybe this is TV and that's the biz, baby.
All right. Now we're with Maddi and Julia talking about Maddi's deal with Joe and how she's just trying to grasp being with someone who drinks and has a life in this world, but is also not pursuing like the opportunities that he has seemingly right at his grasp. And then it's just Julia, another scene with Julia where I'm like, maybe some more Julia. Maybe Julia has
I like Julia. She's funny.
The staff meetings and does a little inspirational 20 minutes every
Yeah.
day. I think I'd be down for that.
I thought
She's
this
good.
whole Maddi beef with Joe was coming from a place of you don't have aspirations. But it just feels like it's leaning more towards she has a problem with his drinking.
I think if Joe's aspirations were keeping up, she wouldn't even notice that he's out. Like if
I disagree.
Like you can't disagree. You have to agree.
Well, I mean, she even says at the end of this scene, during the scene, like breaking the generational chain of alcoholism matters to her.
Yeah, definitely.
So raising a kid potentially with someone that's drinking, like my grandfather, I'm pretty sure was just a raging alcoholic. My dad didn't drink. I didn't grow up in a household where I saw someone drinking beer on the regular. So I barely drink. I drink maybe once a month, if that, and it probably sometimes it can go 3 or 4 months without drinking. And I'm never just drinking at my house by myself. Like, so it matters. So I don't know. I think the alcohol is a big thing, which I thought it was about his not wanting to have any aspirations or not actually trying to go for his dreams. It seems like it's only about the alcohol.
Yeah, I don't know if it's only. I see your point, but I don't know if it's only. I think one thing is now making the other thing more clear. Is highlighting the other thing
Or
and
exacerbating
now,
it.
And now making her be like, well, yeah, no, I'm trying to do this thing. This is where I grew up. And I also think it's, and I could be wrong, but like there's alcoholism in my family. And my mom, same. My mom wasn't a big drinker because of that. And I'm same, don't really drink unless we're popping some Meteor and then I'm drinking. But yeah, I don't drink. I don't really like that buzz. I've never liked that alcohol buzz either. So that's kind of a thing. If Joe was successful, if Joe had stuck to the plan that Leva and Lamar had kind of hoped that they would wanted to put in place for him, and things were moving and he was opening new clubs and he was a year or two out from like, start coming up with a concept because we're gonna make it happen. I don't know if she would have as big of a problem because it's outside of the house, right? His job is where the drinks are. He goes to drink because it's work, because it's investing, it's networking, whatever. But he's not coming home and drinking, seemingly, right? It's out of the house. So I think that, I don't know. I think, like I said, I think one thing's leading to the other.
Well, I also think it's delusional of Joe to think just because I'm drinking at a bar, I'm networking. That's not how that works.
No, yeah, 100%. No, Joe is a funny guy. Joe's funny. Joe's cute. Joe's an NPC. That was my description of Joe. He's an NPC.
Maddi has an OTF where she talks about all these journals with daily entries. God, I want to read those. Those must be some insane shit. And then she said she makes PowerPoints, plural.
Yeah.
There's more PowerPoints and I want to see them.
Yeah.
I need to know. What are they about?
We can't even
Is
see
there a
the one
Trevor
that we know
PowerPoint?
about.
Coffee table book?
A digital.
A Maddi Reese digital coffee table book.
Yeah.
In Maddi Reese's first album release, Maddi, off. In your first album release, every album, Maddi, needs to be a PowerPoint. One of your PowerPoints as the, what do they call that? Remember in the old days where you get the thing and
With the CDs?
Yeah, with CDs or tapes, and you could pull it out. Had all the lyrics. That was called something. And there would be like stories and pictures in there.
Do they still make CDs? Like new CDs? Is that a thing
I
still?
don't think so.
You're telling Maddie she should make
notes.
something.
They're called liner notes.
For a CD case.
No, they do it. You can do it
That's
now.
your
like,
business
like
decision?
if you went on, if you like on, you can do it on Spotify. But if you like go to Apple and buy an album or whatever, if people still do that,
They send you a liner
then
note?
they'll send you the digital. It's a digital liner note, so it's just a digital thing. It's called. It's like
an
what do you call
NFT.
those artworks? Yeah, NFT. So Maddi put one in every album release.
But yeah,
Or every song release if you've got that many.
those journals must be crazy.
Let's do it. But yeah, Julia's great. I like that she was not bailing on Joe. Like it wasn't a shit on Joe fest. Like Maddi was saying her piece, and Julia was like, "Listen, this is Joe. I thought the same thing about that big line of work, but you need to go talk to him and not just like flush the baby out with the bathwater. Make progress. Like go talk to him, express to him these things." I liked that she was supporting the communication and supporting her working it out.
You could almost say she was sponsoring her.
Interesting.
Yeah.
You could say that.
I wonder if every sponsor, just sort of like almost as like a rule of thumb, like you look to kind of not contradict, but bring up why you actually might be upset at this, even if you totally agree with what they're saying. A good sponsor will say it might not actually have anything to do with him, and kind of bring it back to yourself, because I think that I think probably a big part of AA and the steps actually being successful is that you are constantly checking back in and remembering that, like, no, this is a me thing. This is on me. I have to, I can't control anyone else. I got to control everything here. And so you just kind of almost have to make things your own problem. Like, it's not about what Joe's doing. It's about you letting it happen. So Maddi keeps bringing up enabling. And I mean, that's a big thing I think with any addict or people that come from a large family of addicts. I think codependency, enabling, and there's some other things that I noticed Maddi doing, like later in the episode. I'm just kind of realizing that Maddie's doing great work in her steps. She's probably, and this is probably not something anyone should say, because then it's like you got to knock on wood, but like she's the ideal sober journer. She's really doing everything right. It really feels like every day she's literally checking every box and asking herself 50 questions a day, writing it all down. It seems like she sees Julia a lot. Maybe she's only seen her a few times since I've met Julia, but I imagine this is 11 years in. Has she had the same sponsor? Do we know that? Has it been the same
We talked
one?
about that when we first met her. Like it seems like they've been friends together for a long time.
Yeah.
But not sure if it's been the whole time.
Yeah. So I think that there's no better person to show you how to sober than probably Maddi. But Maddi does still have these things about her because she is who she is. When you come from that kind of family, it's why she talks about changing the what does she call it? The breaking the cycle of the
breaking the chain.
Yeah. So I think she's doing every piece of work she can possibly do for that.
Yeah, and she needs to.
I also think of, like, they brought up a good point, but we've all done it. You show up to a gathering, a party, an hour and a half late, and all your friends are wasted, and you're like, I am not there yet.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Just being the sober person around a bunch of drunks, and you're like, what do? You f***ing chug a bunch. Like, let me get on your level real quick, because y'all are annoying as f*** right now.
Yeah.
Let me in on this.
No,
Yes.
So just to be around that all the time, I'd be like, what the f***?
It's why I don't go out. Like I moved to LA, and like Natalie says this all the time. She's like, you would be so much more successful in exactly where you wanted to be if you didn't hate everyone here. And I don't hate everyone here, but drunk people, like you got to go out, you got to network and go to the clubs and get wasted. And like all the executives are going to take you out and get you. And if you can get up and do that, it's a classic dumb story. And I was like, that, I'm not doing that shit. I don't like you people. I don't like that buzz. You're all acting like complete.
No, that
idiots.
was same as me the first 10 years I was out here. I was like, I don't do the politicking. I'm not going to schmooze or kiss your ass. That's stupid to me. No, I'm not going to do it.
Yeah, look at you now.
Yeah, look at you.
Stupid might not have been the word. Like understandable. Like, I don't want to do this. Do you need to? Okay. Are you sick? Are
Do you
we
have a
all gonna be
lozenge?
sick after this? I mean, because you seem sick now, and now even I'm getting a little. Is my throat doing something? I don't know. Maybe I'm making it up in my head. Maybe it's really happening.
Maybe I'm sick.
it's cool to hear that you had the same experience with generational alcoholism, where like your mom saw it and she was like, I'm gonna not. And same like, I also think my dad maybe did hit a point because he always told people he was allergic to alcohol, which I know they used to tell people to say in AA so people wouldn't ask questions. So I think he did in his younger days go a little crazy and was just like, maybe I'm not going to take that into raising a child.
Yeah.
But I never saw him drink.
I mean, I saw my mom drink wine once in a while.
I mean, I lived with my grandma. She was a box of wine gal, and she was just always chugging them.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, listen, I love my grandma more than anything in the whole world, but definitely showed up, like found my grandma on the floor a couple times. The reason my grandma's no longer with us might be because of that. But so yeah, that shit's in the fam. We have definitely addictive situations going on.
I remember I found my grandma on the floor. I thought she was in like a diabetic shock or coma. I called the like EMS. I was so worried. She was just really drunk.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, Mike and I, obviously there's other reasons that we didn't have kids, but we always knew we weren't going to physically have them. And we were like, the buck stops here with these genes. Like both of us are like, probably just, and listen, I know we want to adopt. So I know that like that you're just sort of rolling the dice there, but like, at least I'm going to know for sure, like that we didn't start this.
If this child isn't f***ed up, it's half on me and half on them.
Yeah. Right. Well, speaking of kids,
So Wiener.
now we're at Sir Wiener's.
It's a pop up.
No pun intended. And this is kind of, we talked about it before we started, the confusing, like half in the rain at the second Sunday, which, by the way, come for me if you want. This, if you don't know what these things are, this is when the city terrorizes its citizens. And it takes over a whole freaking street that's usually pretty fun.
What are you talking about?
The second Sunday, they used to do it in Abercrombie, like first Sunday or whatever, and they would shut down Abercrombie, and then these crazy kids on the bicycles would come and think they're Hell's Angels and terrorize everybody, but you're on a bicycle, and you kids get beat up all the time.
What'd they do to you?
Nothing to me.
It sounds like you got...
No, I can't. No, this is not BMX kids. These are hipster losers that roll through Abercrombie thinking they're gangs on bicycles with like scarves.
Second
and
Sunday is
shit.
a bike thing. It's not like a farmer's market.
It's turned in. They take over, and then there's always a fight. They'll get beat up, and then they show up again, like tough as hell. Like you guys got your asses kicked last week.
But let's be clear. So this is a farmer's market, and then these guys just like to show up.
It's like a farmer's market.
Everyone's got a little pop up.
Yeah, they got pop up tent. It's not so like farmer's markety where it's produce and
I
shit
think
like
this
that.
is a very you experience, and no
these
one
things
else experienced.
suck.
They
suck.
There's
so
I didn't
bad.
see
Didn't
any
let you
bike
know.
in Studio City when they do theirs once a month. I never see it.
You love
I
going
don't-
to our farmer's market that's right up the street.
Because
You
it's a
love
normal
it.
farmer's market.
It's a you
No,
experience.
the farmers markets are different. You just said the farmers market we have, that's a different experience.
Ours is so tame because ours is right in the heart of Beverly Hills.
Snooty.
So that's why you're into it. He doesn't have to deal with all these ruffians,
Yeah, these loser poor people.
all the fringe.
Dude, okay, Abercrombie's not fringe nowadays. Abercrombie's the richest punks of all time. It's not farmer's market. I love a farmer's market. Petting zoo, zucchinis, tomatoes.
hummus.
Maybe a little train going around.
Yeah, a little train, the whole deal.
Get a little breakfast
$5
burrito.
lilies.
Some homemade
bees.
salsa.
Yeah. Dude, we got a guy, the hummus guy, his mom makes called Kitchen Sink.
That's what it's called.
That's the one we like. It's, dude, you go and it's 9 to noon, 9 to 1. If you're not there at 9, if you're not there at 8:50, there's no kitchen sink. By the time 9:05 hits, all the buckets of kitchen sink are out, gone. So you got to get it early, and he'll be like, "Well, here's the thing where we sell all our other
No, they
stuff."
just have the crap ones left.
Oh yeah, they have the
Yeah.
shit ones, but they're not anything
They're
compared to
all
kitchen
good,
sink. They're so.
but there's one that's very good.
It's the next. It's the
Okay,
craziest.
okay.
hummus
You
ever.
hate second Sundays.
I hate these kind of events.
Okay.
Stupid. They're
Also,
stupid.
it is pouring down rain.
Yeah.
It is
Let me
pouring.
tell you, when it's pouring rain, they cancel this one over here.
Can I-
No,
So
rain or shine. That one's a rain or shine.
it is?
Yeah, dog.
By the looks of these streets, a lot of people are like, "No, I'm good." And as working in production for many years in reality TV, I guarantee you, everyone that bought a wiener, production was like, "We'll buy it for you. Just fucking, could you just go on camera real quick and just
Yeah.
get a hot dog, please?" No one else is coming to the booth because it's pouring down rain. Could you just?
Yeah.
And they paid for that. I guarantee you.
Yeah. I would not
about
even go set up shop because I believe that they just lost money to get all that stuff there. He had a crew. I mean, unless Mia and Justin and Brad are all there working for free, or maybe Mia's the only one working. I don't know, but you hire some labor and you set up shop. You're making the dogs, and if you got nobody buying them, then you're losing money. If it's raining and you work at a farmer's market, phone it in. I would say you're not coming.
Sometimes it's not about getting paid. It's about friends growing something, a business together. Friendship. Friendship.
Yeah. Hey, listen, that's the cost of doing business. We're losing money every day here
That's
at the
true.
old Showmance, but one day we won't. And then what are the girls are at the work getting ready?
Which how many more people needed to say it was raining? Emmy, it's really wet out there. Lake goes, oh, it's raining.
Every time
Maddie's like,
it
oh,
rains.
look, it's raining out there. What are we gonna do?
It's like Los Angeles. Like people, it rains here and people are like, I don't know what this thing is.
Only when
That's
they're
a
driving.
car.
When they're
Just
driving,
get
they're
in
like,
it.
oh my God.
That was a
Goodness.
joke I was trying to make, but
Well, that was
you're
funny.
stealing my punchline. But like Charleston, I don't know if it doesn't rain a lot, but like every time it rains, people there are like, oh my gosh, it's raining.
Maybe
Yeah,
it's
no, I
code
know.
for something and we're not catching on yet.
Oh, maybe.
It's raining. You see it? You see that rain? Emmy, you just got here, right? So you know it's
Raining. Wink,
Yeah.
wink, TJ. Wink, wink. TJ can't
if I was
wink.
on a show and I had to show up my old stupid job that I probably don't even really work at anymore, but I'm here because that's what the show is the job.
Yeah.
Then I would just start having those kinds of things.
This is also where we find out that Mia and Justin maybe went on a date, maybe didn't. Justin went on a date with boobs.
Definitely
That's
went
all
on a
we
date.
know is lamb and boobs were there and split ends, which a lot of like real freaking mean body shaming things from Lake this episode
Yeah.
towards Mia
Yeah,
with the fake
so
boobs
jealous.
and the split ends. and the
Especially
this, that.
because Lake is a lesbian. So if you're not looking at Mia and understanding what's in front of you,
Good
then
point.
you're a bad lesbian.
Yeah, that's true.
Bad
You might
lesbian.
not be a lesbian after all.
I'm questioning this whole
Yeah,
lesbian
really.
journey you're on.
How lesbian are you?
Are you scared to talk about lesbians?
No, I was just I don't know. Like, I don't see it like if your friend just got hurt by somebody, man, dude, that guy was an asshole. She's a bitch. It's your friend. Your friend's going through something. You're going to talk shit about that person. Being a good friend.
Yeah, but you can still
I
wanna
hope
f 'em.
somebody screwed me over. You'd be like, no, that dude, guy. That guy sucks. Big old fake face. I was going to say boobs, but guys.
Big old fake face.
We need to stop with the BBL info.
You're bringing it up. No one brought it up. We could have cruised
No,
right
but I
past
need
there.
to make a general announcement. Too much information on why those stink.
I thought that was from last
Now
episode.
people are keep talking about it. The girls are at the bar. They find out. They get the post, and they're like, "Oh, Lake says, oh, Justin took Mia out. They went on a date. I can't believe these are her boobs. Those are her split ends." And then the girls all kind of talk about it. Then we cut back to the wieners scene, and Michaelels is like, "So how was the date?" And these two are going to be coy about it and be like, I'm not sure what I went to her favorite restaurant of all time last night. I'm not sure what she did last night. And then everybody was a little weird about it.
I also kind of got a vibe from me and Justin that they're like, oh, I don't know, it just kind of happened. It feels like a 3-4 week lead up. I feel like it hasn't just happened.
Well, I think that
I feel
the
like it's been an
date happened.
ongoing story arc for a while now. So the whole like, I don't know, we just kind of
He had asked her out, and she said yes, and then she postponed it or rain checked it.
canceled it. though.
Yeah.
Was like it didn't reschedule. Like was not planning on going.
But she told him it was a rain. She said that she wanted a rain check. She didn't tell him she wasn't going to go.
told the audience something
She told
else.
us
Oh,
that.
gotcha. Okay.
And then he was kind of like, oh, I thought we were going to go on a rain check and do this date. And then they made out. So yeah, it's been going on for a little while. But he said that on the last few days, I just realized like I really want to see what this is about and experience this or like whatever. And then it cuts to her interview, and she's saying, he asked, and I kind of figured, why not give the guy a try? And so they went out to dinner, and literally, maybe that wasn't totally it. Maybe they banged, but like,
they didn't.
didn't he say they went?
He's trying to allude and be really like, well, then things got a little blurry and I don't really know. But she later says, we shared a steak and we shared a weird kiss or a funny kiss or something. So
Okay.
basically
I missed that
insinuating
part.
like there was no sparks
Not
here,
having
you
it.
know?
Yeah.
Maybe there was back in the woods, back at the campsite, you
Yeah,
know?
that seems
but,
sparky.
you know, fire, a little fire and a little moonshine can do that to anyone out in the woods. But yeah, I think that people are not looking, people are not recognizing Mia for being completely different from all of these other girls. She was raised differently. She also sees dating as courting, and it's a princess activity for her. Like, oh, you're calling to ask me out on a date to where we will go eat steak at my favorite restaurant. You're going to pay and shower me with compliments all night. I think I can pencil you in for Friday. You know, like that is not a thing that Jordyn could dream of. She sees it as you want to, like she would kill for a date like this. Jordyn's used to just schlepping over to Trader Joe's, getting some food and taking it over to a dude's house and using all this shitty cookware, I'm sure, to make a feast and then blow him afterwards.
You're forgetting have fun.
Seems like a nice girl.
There's a third F that you keep forgetting. You think she's just feeding and There's some fun involved, Natalie.
I don't think it would
Show
be
some
fun
respect.
for
Yeah.
Mia. So that's what I'm trying to say is that ain't fun for all me and Mia.
woman.
This is
Yeah.
this is gonna piss you off. Like I get the feeling that Mia does seem like that girl that's always in drama with the other girls. She seems like just even since middle school, she was that one that was always had drama with the whole girl clique. And you could say, well, that's the girl clique problem. But if you're always the one that, I don't know, she feels like that girl that's
Listen,
always with
I'm
the
not-
dudes and always like,
Always with the dude. I was just gonna add to it. I'm like, she does seem like the girl that's got more guy friends than girlfriends, and is
there's
always,
always-
being a dick to the girl clique. Being a jerk. Like funny, but
So you could argue that, it's on the girl clique because they're a bunch of mean girls. Or you could say, cool, but you can't go through life finding that same situation over and over and got going, what am I doing?
What if she's a superhero? What if she's going through life being like, F these little girl clique mean girl bitches. I'm going to show them who's boss. And she just flicking them. She's a little flicker.
Well,
Because she
then-
does it with a grin
Then
on her
know what
face.
you're doing it.
She's
Know
always
that you're
grinning
doing it.
about
Yeah,
it.
don't be coy about it.
But is she being coy? She's saying, I'm not friends with her. What is this?
Which is crazy.
But
I'm
it's
sorry.
not.
If I was someone for a month, we're hanging out 4 nights a week, we're getting dinner, we're having inside jokes, we're laughing, and then someone I work with that I'm not friends with because there's 250 people, but I know them. I know them as a human being.
So a human being owes you
In
something?
a group of 30 people, there's only some people that work there and on this cast are in that group right there. So yeah, you know you're gonna see this person. You're really good friends with a roommate. Like you have to be like, are you telling me you think Mia's so smart she wasn't aware of this?
I think that Mia doesn't make a big deal out of something that is not a big deal to her. If I'm not friends with someone, if I go out of my way to not piss off somebody that I'm not friends with, oh my God. Like if I'm just like not going for a job, not going for a guy, not going somewhere someone didn't get invited to, and I'm not even friends with that person, like what is your life?
But do you know them? Have you hung out multiple times with them?
What is hung out? Like I go to this bar because my friends work there and she works there too. So now I have to go, you're dating this guy that asked me out.
And we're on
to
a
dinner?
show that there's a cast of maybe 15 and I'm in the stratosphere. I may not be a main cast member, but I'm in the stratosphere. There's a closeness. We're going to see each other. We know each other. You know me as a human. We don't have to be friends.
How about that girl realize that Mia's on a show as a main character with this other main character, and I have a job to do here.
on
So
her side,
stay
bro.
the out of my business, or stay out of my way, or don't. I don't really care.
I
I'm
would have
mowing over you.
I would have
anyways.
respected Mia if she would have said that, but she didn't.
You would have respected Mia.
If she was like, I was on a show, I was making a story.
I think Jordyn could say the
If she
same
would've
thing
just
back
straight
to
up
you.
like-
I'm on a show and I'm making a storyline.
Yeah. I mean, also like to prove my point, like we got introduced because I forgot Emmy's husband's name. What's his name?
Will.
We got introduced because Mia was good friends with Will. That's how she got on the that's how she got her job. That's how she knew him from college. She just always feels like that chick that's always with dudes.
Wait, Mia?
Yeah.
Consider
Mia
the
worked
bitches
at
that we're dealing
Republic.
with here.
But she knew Will before that, and that's how she got into the circle and got the job through Will.
Okay.
As this show continues, what is this, episode 7? Like it's getting clear to me that there are two separate groups of people here. So I don't think that I don't know. I will stay on that. I just don't think that Mia owed this girl who's not even a cast member anything, and the way that everyone ends up reacting, and we haven't gotten to the scene yet, so I'll just save it.
Save it. Moving on.
Where
This next
are
one's a
we?
quick one. We're with Joe, and he's trying to call Maddi, and she still won't talk to him because she's laying down the beats. And they haven't talked in a few days, and he's freaking out because
the thought of losing Maddi is like my biggest fear.
it's not my dream.
His actions don't show that.
I wonder if he's looking back at all and being like, oh, the last time I actually saw her, if this is accurate, the last time I saw her, she told me that she basically figured out that I wasn't at work and I was at the bar, and she did catch me in a lie by omission or whatever. And then I turned the whole thing around and gaslit the shit out of her and said, You're a little crazy right now.
This
Seems
is all
like
in
you're
your
really
head.
stirred up in your
Spiraling.
head. Spiraling.
You're spiraling.
You're
This is all in your head.
before storming out and then peeling out in his stupid truck.
Good call, Joe.
I'm just wondering if he's looking back at that and being like, maybe, I wonder if it was that.
Yeah.
I wonder if it was the total gaslight.
Yeah, totally. Maybe it was me calling her crazy.
Yeah.
Oh, Lordy. All right, let's wrap this thing up. Let's bring it home with a vengeance. We're at this paint and sip and see whatever the hell this freaking party is.
It's called Sip Happens. Why not paint about it?
Wait, is that really what it's called? I thought it was
Sip
called a paint and
Happens.
sip.
No, Sip Happens is the night. It's called Sip Happens. And the little catchphrase is Sip Happens. Why
No, I
not
thought
paint
it was
about it?
So is the event a paint and sip?
It's a daiquiri place, and it was
I'm so passionate about this. But the event is called a paint
Listen, I
and
love
sip.
a good tagline. And Sip Happens. Why not paint about it? Is solid.
So the event is called a paint and sip. The title of their event, their paint and sip event.
Apparently, paint and sips were a thing beforehand.
That's
They
a
did not
thing.
invent the paint and sip.
All right, well, good job.
It looks successful.
Yeah.
I thought it was really cool that
seemed great.
you walk in and you grab a little bucket of paint. And I was like, why did they give them just a bucket, a gallon of paint? That doesn't seem. But I think all the art supplies were inside the bucket, an empty bucket, which I thought was kind of clever. It's kind of fun.
Yeah, probably.
Here you go, join the
Probably
party.
Molly's idea. I did, like I said this earlier. I like that Molly can rip into you, and then if we're good, like if nothing came of it, then
Yeah.
when I see you next, we're going to be fine.
Yeah.
I mean, there's also something to say that this is Leva's place,
Well, in work,
and
yeah, like-
and this thing that Leva's helping put this night on for her is kind of like, yeah, it's kind of, I get it.
yeah.
Yeah, but Molly also was let go from Republic. So she really is doing this out of pure kindness of her heart, or because it's on the call sheet.
Dude, you know what's funny? I forgot all about that. So
Yeah.
later, when Lake was like, "Oh, I didn't ask you to do it. I was forced to." By who? The lady
Yeah.
whose boss she's not.
Yeah.
Like, why would you be forced to? Why would Leva force you to use someone that Leva has nothing to do?
I thought
with?
she was going to say the producers in that moment. I think she said Leva, but that's next
Oh,
episode.
that
That's
would
next
be
episode.
hilarious if she was like, because it's on the call sheet, bitch.
That makes more and more sense actually. But yeah, the party's going great. Jordyn comes in, offers to help, which I thought was super sweet. And Lake was like, you're a guest. Go be a guest. And again, this is the thing with Lake. Like the whole first part of this thing, I'm like, yeah, there we go, girl. Like, there you are. Do this. Like, just be this. And like, yeah, of course, we would all like to be perfect all the time. But there's two different people living in her, I think, sometimes. There's this little girl, and she's 20 something,
Yeah.
so like fair. And then there's this like very mature, responsible, smart, capable.
Woman that her parents raised.
Yeah, dude. So it's weird to see her jump back and forth between the two.
Yeah.
Which is weird to see somebody who's,
I'm sure
because
that
Michael's
this,
does it too. They all
Yeah,
fucking
yeah.
do it.
I'm sure that this is a growing pains thing. I'm just gonna sit it out until she gets over this phase because I will, like I said, go hard for someone, and then I don't like it when I haven't. They're not fully formed yet.
Right.
So I can't even blame her for really acting the way that she is. She is a little middle schooler right now.
Yeah.
And
Well, she's sophomore.
yeah.
I mean, that sophomoric is, it's
Yeah.
your second year. You've been there. You know the ropes. You know where all the makeout spots and the lockers and the cafeteria are. And so you think you know everything, but
Yeah.
you really don't. You just think you do because you've been there for 1 year.
Yeah.
It's like Leva shows up. She seems super happy that everything's going well. And I like that she did comment, like, look around. No one's on their phones. Like, that's got to be in today's day and age, if you're in this
yeah.
world of experiential events or whatever,
Yeah.
or hospitality, like if you're throwing a party and no one's on their phone, wow, success.
Success, but also, can y'all do a little Instagramming right now and make sure to
right,
tag the
totally.
restaurant and
Totally
hashtag
off your phone.
sipping piss or whatever?
Yeah, sipping. Sip and piss. You drink so much that you have to pee.
That's just the normal night at the bar is the sipping piss.
Sip and piss. That's Republic
I
Wednesdays.
don't see it in people not being on their phones as, oh my God, it was so successful. Because I know there was a producer running around going, could y'all put y'all's phone down real quick?
Oh, yeah.
We're about to film. We're about to fit. Could we just?
Because at the top, Lev is going to come in and say, oh my gosh, no one's on their phones.
You guys all got the call sheet, right? Camera speeds. Dude, I love this edit where Molly and Jordyn were talking about how sick the vibes are and how great everything is, and then boop, cut to Mia walking in.
Yeah. Looking
Um,
so cute, showing everyone up.
I don't know. I'm not getting a good vibe about Mia. I just feel like if the roles were reversed and she was 4 nights a week, FF and FN, and it's a hypothetical, so I know you're gonna disagree with me. Like, oh, she would handle it well, like a real mature adult.
Wait, Mia would never be a 4-night-a-week FF and FN. That's the difference between these two girls, and that's why they are interacting the way that they are.
But that's also the point about
completely different.
That's also the point about being empathetic and putting yourself in someone else's shoes.
Sure, but like, where does this get Mia? This girl is not a cast. Like, she's not technically like a person on this show, and they're not friends. Like, I don't know, man. I think that Mia's confidence is bugging you because you're taking it as hot-headedness. But I think if you entertained it that she is a grown woman, I don't think she belongs on this show. She sticks out like a sore thumb. That's why they need to bring what's her name on more, Brad's girlfriend, and not just be Chiron, Brad's girlfriend, Julia. You know, she needs to be a real live girl on the show with a proper credit, because there's only a few people that are sort of like, how old is Mia? I assume she's in her early 30s or something.
Maybe.
I don't know. Everyone else literally is acting like they're 23, 24 years old. And so I think that is one problem, is that you can just see that they're just very different.
She's 27, 28.
Mia is? Yeah, I think it's just the way that she was raised then.
Well, and she's also, what'd she say? She was raised in
Belize.
Belize. So like, if you're raised in another country, no offense, America, but offense, America, you're a little different. You're growing up a little faster.
Yes. And Travis, I think everyone should lead with empathy. I think it's the greatest trait to have. I think without it, real quick, you're a sociopath. So like, I'm with you on that. And
that's all I'm saying is that in this moment, you can't tell me that Mia is not aware. We're not friends, but we run in the same circle. We do. Even though you're on that side of the circle and I'm on this side, and we only probably clash once or twice a month, right? We do run in the same circle.
Great. So let's get into this then. So now Molly pulls Mia to be like, hey, I would appreciate it if you would have a conversation with Jordyn, because you and I are friends and her and I are friends. And again, Mia essentially says, for what? No one has an answer except you, which is fine, but it's speculation. Molly doesn't have an answer. Jordyn doesn't have an answer. Lake doesn't have an answer. Maddi doesn't have an answer. No one has an answer for this girl.
I'm not saying that Mia owes her anything. Mia's acting like she's unaware of why this person would want something from me or be hurt. I'm not saying Mia owes her anything. I'm saying it's crazy to me that Mia's like, what's your problem?
Well, Mia's saying what you're saying. Mia doesn't think she owes her anything because she can't figure out what the she owes her. Just like you said, you don't think she owes her anything. I don't think she owes her anything. But Justin might owe her something for getting with a girl in the friend group.
I don't even think Jordyn's asking. Like, did Jordyn specifically ask for an apology? Is this all Lake pushing it?
There's that too. Really
so that's why I'm like, I think here's my whole thing. I just feel like there's I don't know this person's apology. Okay. But do you not understand why there's a hurt there? Like, I just feel like she's completely cut off from the feelings. Like, well, it doesn't matter if you're hurt.
I wish that Jordyn would go directly to Mia and say, I want to tell you that what you've done is a problem. And then she can say, what's the problem? And then Jordyn can explain it, because Mia is just operating on a different, she wants directness. She wants to know what this is about. Have you heard about the ratio in Charleston about the guys to the women to available men? It's like 4 women for every 1 dude there.
It's more than that.
Yeah, it might even be worse than that. It's a whole running thing on Southern Charm.
Better than that.
Okay. So I think that this place might be a little extraordinary in terms of like, you're not allowed to date someone that has been with anyone in the friend group, even if like you are not friends with them. Like, I think that this place would be like, you're really cutting us off at the knees then, because there's already like no one available, and there's a billion hot Southern women, and then a bunch of Peter Pan ass men, and the good ones are married. Even the Wills of the world are getting hitched.
I don't know. I feel like people think it's delusional for her to be upset.
It's not that.
And
I
I'm
think
not
it's
saying
delusional.
I'm not saying she owes her apology, but like acknowledge that I understand that might suck for you, but it feels like she's not even doing that. They're saying you have no reason to be upset is what it feels like.
I think that if Jordyn wouldn't have made it this big problem wherein, like I said, it's divided the group, I think that would be very frustrating. So even if like someone like me had just entertained that, like maybe she did start to like, because every woman can be like I even started thinking about it, and it's like just going back to the show of it. You are still not a main cast person. You are banging this guy that is, who has a wandering eye you've always known, but you chose to move forward with it anyway, even though he told you straight up, blah, blah, blah. But you're not even feeling like you're on, like, even if you're here to fight and here to play and here to convince him, like, no, you do want to be with me. You're not even invited on the trips that he gets to go on with the main cast members. And even Bella got to go. Jordyn didn't go on that.
Bella's kind of cool. She gets a pass.
Yeah. But I think I'm mixing her up with people all the time because I keep going, yeah, Bella. Wait, that's not the same Bella that I just said. Yeah, Bella 5 minutes ago. I know Bella Brown hair.
It also feels like the
Jordyn
producer
didn't go on the float trip because I'm pretty sure he just dumped her or just like broken it off with her. I'm pretty sure Jordyn would be like, yeah, I'm good on the float trip. Thanks. I don't think she got invited anyways.
Yeah, I think that they were like, we want these people here because the show wants to explore Mia and Justin. So I think that they go out of their way to say it's certainly because she's not main cast, because Bella did get to come and she's not main cast. I don't think. So even just entertain that, Mia did think about that and was like, that was probably kind of a bummer. She's like kind of like on the ledge with this dude and now he's going off and whatever. I think that right when you walk in, to be sort of like kind of accosted in some fashion by whether it's Lake or whether it's Molly. No, because Molly didn't accost her. Molly was just like, can I talk to you? Has to pull her aside immediately. Like, that's annoying that like, it's not just that you're hurt. It's that now it's this big group thing and I'm having to deal with it from like all of your minions in a way. So Jordyn could have handled this so much better. So I can't let Mia take all the, like, well, you should have just acknowledged her. Acknowledged what? You hooked up with a boy who told you he didn't want to be with you from day one. And now you're pissed that like he's boying around and it's my fault. But like you're still kind of in love with him. If he called you right now and said, I'd love to take you to a steak dinner, bitch, you would be there in a heart. You'd be waiting there. You would have paid the bill in advance to be like, thank you so much for, treating me like a real live girl, you know? So that's what I think happened. When you're dealing with a bunch of other bullshit, you already know that you're not in the wrong, but maybe I can just say something because empathy, right? But now I'm having to deal with it from all these people. And it's like, she's just ran around and told everybody like, I'm a huge victim in this. And now like, you're the guy. Now you're the guy that's got to say something to her.
I don't even know if it's that, because it feels like producers are like, hey, Jordyn, you can't say more than 5 words. We have to pay you more. So you're just going to have to sit there in the background, nod every once in a while.
So then it's not just about don't date boys anymore. It's don't date show guys anymore either. I hope that these are good lessons.
This is one reason why I don't like Lake, is because it feels like you're a justice warrior right now. Jordyn can't even talk. Mm-hmm. You're doing all this for her.
Yeah.
So I understand Jordyn can be hurt. She may not even want an apology. Lake's just like, you owe her an apology. Yeah. It's like, what?
Well, even Maddi.
I mean, at one point she was like, Maddie's like, she's crying.
Yeah,
and she just wasn't.
She's like,
she was just sitting there like, I don't.
Yeah.
I already said 4 words. I only got one left.
Paint and eat my margarita or whatever.
No, that's true. And none of that happens until they sit down in a minute. We haven't even gotten there yet. But like, all that is like, that is what's happening. Like, everyone there has a preconceived idea of like that this was such a black and white wrong thing to do, and it just simply wasn't a black and white thing. It was a thing of like, oh, we're bummed that like this little girl who we could flick over and she'd just keel over is needs a Band-Aid for her little baby heart.
It's so funny that Emmy actually called her Bambi later on, because you called her Bambi a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, she's a little Bambi.
Emmy calls
Jordyn Bambi.
Jordyn Bambi.
All right, well, let's talk about Leva and Maddi. Maddi talking to Leva about Joe, and then we can end with the table scene with everybody.
Is this show just not a little bit better when Leva tries to be LVP?
You know what? I'm going to read a comment now because somebody brought up why they think Leva's no LVP. And it was a good point. Miss Kitty Mom. One difference between Leva and LVP is that LVP gives men she employs second, third, fourth, etc. chances. Leva drops the hammer. She stopped Joe in his tracks. Also, Joe is too stupid to realize shit-talking Leva on screen is not a positive move. I agree with that. So yeah, I don't know, honestly, like what that means or what that difference is, but that is like, Lisa, you're not getting fired at Vanderpump, right? Leva is no messing about. You've messed up with Leva, and that's kind of it. Maybe you get another chance to redeem yourself, but
here's the thing: Leva she has not fired Joe. In fact, she's still talking about actually doing business with this moron. The people that Leva has fired are women. The people that LVP fired were women. There's something about running a ship like this. I think that you have to have kind of an alpha masculine energy, and they do give the men more leeway.
Are you telling me you wouldn't have fired Kristen Doty?
No. I definitely would have, but I would have also definitely fired Tom Sandoval and Jax. I would have fired Jax. I would have fired James Kennedy a million times
she
over.
Did.
And then let him come back to work like the next day. Like Molly and Mia still aren't working at Republic.
Sorry, ladies.
So I think there's something about that. I think that like really successful like women that run a ship of people, I think that they just become a little more hardened. And I like not just hardened, but like you got to be kind of masculine. You have to have that energy to even get there. Like it takes a lot it's a big job that she has. I think she owns like 4 restaurants on that street. And if this street is anything like what I think it is, it reminds me of Santa Barbara on State Street. Then there's only a handful of spots. And like you got 4 of them, like you got a monopoly on this joint. So I think that to get there would be a lot. And I think that you got to have a hard exterior. And I think that people with hard exteriors often get along better with men or know how to communicate better or know how to work with them better or know what they got their eye on the prize. She knows what the prize is and how to move it. I think that they probably have an easier time just being like, get out of here, ladies, if you're not falling in line because it's just more comfortable. I don't know. That's my take. And I from that conversation, did you intro that conversation already?
The Leva and Maddi one?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's what we're talking about.
Okay. I still find it so wild to believe that Leva is actually entertaining. When she says those words, we should be in business in 6 months. We could, like, if I just saw him do something consistent and have focus and boundaries and stay at work for the next 6 months, we could be opening up a place together in 6 months.
I see it. This is why I also think like Joe's crazy. Like, you guys remember when like Tom, they thought they were opening up a restaurant and they're like, no, sweetheart, you have 5%. You're not going to make it. You're the figurehead.
Yeah.
You're going to be outside going, look at me. I'm Joey Bottles.
Yeah.
So I think Joe thinks he's this, I'm going to 50-50 partners, me and Leva. I'm going to cry. And it's like, no, man. She wants you to have a presence in this town. Yeah. So that you can bring people into her restaurant. Exactly. I think she was already planning to open this bar or this restaurant. And if Joe figures it out in 6 months, let's slap his name on it for a bit.
And comes up with no, totally. But the way that she's presenting it is not that. So that is in my notes. Like either you're totally lying right now or you are not as smart as I thought you were, which I don't believe because no woman gets 4 bars on a street in Charleston. Or you are just, he's basically a glorified promoter. He's going to pay you a buy-in.
I mean, that's what Tom and Tom was at Tom and Tom.
Exactly. So that's what this is. No it's not that you're partnering.
And like what they give him 50%, 50,000 for like 5%.
Yeah.
That wasn't 5% of what they put into that business.
No. And Tom Sandoval.
They put millions in there.
Listen, say a lot, anything. Say pretty much anything.
You can open a bar for $1 million.
I mean, did you see the chandeliers they were bringing in? They were bringing in some fancy ass shit, and they demoed the whole building.
Dude, Vanderpump doesn't around.
She don't around.
You don't think you can build a bar for $1 million?
Oh, I have no idea what you build a bar for, but I don't think that Lisa ever spared an expense when it came to the atmosphere.
I don't think 50,000 was 5%. Is what I'm getting at. I think she was just like, pay 50,000, we'll give you 5%, but I don't think that equates in my mind. Especially because like I think about you own that, you're renting that
Why would
space.
she give them more than?
No, but you're renting that space every month. It's not open. You're still paying that rent. Like
Yeah,
I just
at
think
least Vanderpump's not giving these idiots more than they're paying. That's insanity.
LVP.
Listen, all I know is that Sandoval, you can say a million things about him. One thing that he was very committed to that job. Overly to where it annoyed Lisa, where he's like, no, but I've got this and I've got that and I want to talk about that. And she's like, just go sit on the side and call your friends and tell them to show up tonight for Titty
That's
Tuesday.
why I
That's
want
why
Leva
hired
to.
you,
I want
Tom.
Leva to
That's
open
why
a
I
bar.
took
With,
your $50,000.
Yeah.
I want Leva to open a bar with Joe just so I can see him crush like that. Because he's gonna come in like, Leva, I had so many great ideas. I had a dream last night, and she's like, okay, cool.
I love dreams.
Go hang out with my kids outside.
Yeah.
And
You got any friends coming?
yeah.
How many tables you sell?
Yeah, I didn't like this whole conversation. I think Maddi taking accountability for Joe's ups is stupid.
That was another thing. I was like, Leva, first thing I'm saying if I'm Leva is of all, you aren't responsible at all for him. And in fact, I don't want to go into business with anyone that I know has to have, like, hopefully their significant other is still teaching them about boundaries and about focus.
Or
like,
coming and talking to me on their behalf.
yeah. Either way, like this isn't the person that you do.
I think Maddi was trying to get some clarity for herself.
No, she was, but Leva should have started that off by saying, this is not your responsibility. I've actually been trying to tell Joe this about you, and now I'll tell you this about Joe. He needs to not follow you around, and you need to not worry about if he's where he says he's going to be, or if he's had one drink too many tonight, or whatever, or the fact that she is coming to this woman to say, basically, how can I support Joe and get him to where he needs to be? If I am a person that owns this, that has this kind of business, that is the last thing that I want to hear. That is such a
But the
slash.
whole thing
like
was
it,
Joe's in a bad
taking
spot right now.
And then if I'm Leva, I am now no longer, he's in a bad spot. Well, I don't want to go into business with someone who's in a bad spot.
Also,
this is a very
what the
hard
does
business.
that mean? He's in a
No,
what
I-
bad spot is he in?
No, I'm just saying, like, I don't agree with his take on him being in a bad spot because he's turning 30. But, like, I do understand where empathize with him not feeling like he is as successful as he thought, or not in a place career-wise where he thought, where his girlfriend is doing better than he is.
I
Like,
get that. But he also is like, and I don't get why. If Joey Bottles are the
Listen,
same
Joe's-
Joey Bottles from season 1 all the way to now, I guarantee you he would have a bar or a restaurant already with Leva. He stopped.
cool. Do you know how many people would have something if they were the same person from day one to day whenever? A zillion. All of us would. That's not life. And I'm not defending Joe, but I'm just saying I don't think
like
I think
a Joe
Maddi
lover.
was having a conversation with Leva, having a conversation with Julia, having these conversations because she's dealing with something, which is it the drinking? Is it the lack of motivation? Is it just a rough patch? What can I do to help this guy that I love? That seems sweet. I'm gonna go talk to Leva. I'm gonna go talk to these people. I'm gonna go try to figure it out and get a grasp on what's happening. I don't think she was making excuses. I think the one thing was like, oh, I was in the hospital and he stayed with me. That was the only thing she made an excuse for.
I never said anything about excuses. I was saying that I was disappointed that Leva didn't take the opportunity to tell Maddi, who I think that Maddi is an enabler. I think that she is codependent. I think that her attitude, even the way that she was like babying, what's her name, Jordyn, like I think that she thinks she serves in a role. She's got the underdog. She's going to go for little poor beaten up Jordyn. She's now trying to go, she must know that Joe is a total moron. To see him for 5 minutes, you know that this guy's an idiot. So now she's going to go and try to be supportive. And I was upset that Leva didn't say, because I know if I know this about Maddi, just watching her, Leva for sure knows. So I wish that Leva would have said, first of all, I just want to tell you, it is not your problem. This is not something, this is big business. If Joe is serious, Joe needs to figure it out. If you want to meet up for drinks one night, just us girls, and talk to me about your relationship, like that's another thing. But like, I thought the approach, I just thought it was a missed opportunity that Leva didn't remind Maddi, you have enough on your plate. You have your whole life ahead of you. You have a giant career that's about to take off. And you've got this guy who's like kind of floundering. It's so sweet that you care about him. I want you to care about your boyfriend. That's a great trait to have. But I'm only going into business with someone that doesn't need their girlfriend to help them stop drinking too much or or help them to figure out boundaries. Boundaries? Like, didn't we learn that in kindergarten? Like, this is your space, this is my space. Like, come to work and stay at work. Don't come to work and then leave, disappear. Like, these are the conversations that, like, it just, I wish that Leva would have just taken a moment to remind Maddi, are you sure this is, like, it seems like you're taking on another full-time job. But that's Maddi, because that's how she was raised. That's the environment. Because this isn't showing very good boundaries, in my opinion. That's your work, babe. That's your workspace. That's a woman who is going to put hundreds of thousands of dollars into a place. Like, I don't think she needs to hear your little girlfriend saying, how can I be helpful? How can I make sure that Joe gets home by 10 p.m. and that he goes to work and stays? Like,
also, I don't know, if you're my girlfriend, don't go talk to my boss about shit, bitch.
Exactly.
Keep your mouth shut. Steal trap.
Yeah.
Don't let her know I'm in trouble.
Yeah.
I'm doing great. Tell her I'm great.
Yeah, see, and maybe that's the thing. Was like I saw that as Maddi trying to help her dude get somewhere, and to me that seems I was like, that's cool.
Well, let me tell you, I'm not going to ever do that for you.
No, I know.
No, because some guy that you're going to go meet with that's about to give you millions of dollars does not want his old lady at home going up to him and going, so I know that he's got a few issues. Like, how can I help those along? What's the problem over here? Like, because you will not get that deal.
You don't have
that.
any issues, but you're a superstar.
No one's giving Joe millions of dollars. That's not happening. Leva's not an investor in Joe. That's
She's
never going to
investing
happen.
in Joe. You're going to put your name on something that I am buying. She is investing in him.
She's not. She's doing the Tom Sandoval. She's hiring a promotions guy, because he's on the TV show and he's Joey Bottles and everyone in Charleston knows him.
So this is just like basically like a participation trophy. Anyway, so there's no high stakes
It's not
here.
a participation trophy. Leva's running a hospitality business.
Right, but Joe already is
You need
Joey Bottles. He
salespeople.
already is out there
But if he's only selling one table a night, how many people is he bringing in?
That's the thing. It's almost like he did better when
we're
he was
getting
just an
confused
employee.
here. I'm not trying to say Joe deserves any of this. You said if some dude was going to give me $1 million, somebody would give me $1 million. I'm putting together proposals to go after money to fund a media company.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to start a bar. Like, I'm not going to go to Lisa Vanderpump and work for. It's a different situation.
The situation remains that if there is somebody that has a lot of power to get you to where you need to go, I'm here to tell you that the last person they want to hear from is me. So that's boundaries. That's business. I am personal.
Yeah.
Speaking of not hearing from somebody,
I don't think that I wouldn't want you to go tell someone all my problems. But if we were all in the family and we all knew each other and you were going to speak to this person because you thought it was going to help the situation.
Right. And I think that Leva should have been a grown up and told her, FYI, we're cool. We have our own relationship. I wouldn't do this in the future. If Joe is out there talking to other investors,
I don't know. I think I'm flipping on Mike's side because say Hofer.
I know, because you're empathetic.
offers you millions of dollars and you're like, Mike's dealing with. So I'm just gonna go talk with Hofer. You'd go talk to Hofer. It wouldn't be a bad thing.
No, I would never do that, because then I'm going to get personal with Hoferth and possibly say more than I should have, or.
But you're thinking that Maddi, like I'm thinking that Maddi went to Leva to help.
Right.
So like what I'm hearing, and I know this isn't real, but what I'm hearing you say is, just so you know, Mike, I would never go to help.
Okay.
So it's just a different thing. Like you're seeing it as a different situation. And so
because what you think I even came here to say was totally misconstrued from the jump. I was saying that I think that it would have been cool for Leva, as a very successful businesswoman of this town, to take a minute to say, hey, Maddi, it's so nice of you to come and tell me all these things about Joe, and I do appreciate your support. I just want to let you know this isn't your job. Joe's got to get right with himself. I actually only want to go into business with people who are independent and can handle and can take care of themselves. Like, I just want you to know that, like, Joe needs to grow up on his own, and it's not your responsibility.
So you think Leva should have told Maddi, what you're doing is completely wrong?
I literally just told you verbatim. And did I say those words.
But that's not what Maddi was doing. Like Maddi was caring in her. I think that in her brain, she was caring for her partner. In your brain, she was.
I'm telling you about something I would have liked to see in this scene.
Right.
That I think that it would have been a cool thing that we haven't seen in a minute that could have been an actual nice little learning lesson for many people in codependent relationships and that are working in the service industry, because a lot of people in the service industry, there are a lot of addicts there. They're in nightlife. They're like, I was just saying that I would have liked to see something from this scene. It has nothing to do with Maddi's intentions or if Maddi's good or bad. It's like Maddi's doing what she thinks is the nicest thing she could possibly do.
I know. And I'm just replying with, if that would have happened, here would have been the result. Which is fine.
What would have happened?
What you wanted.
And what would have the result been?
It doesn't matter.
No, because now we're this far. Don't try to get out of it now.
I'm not trying to get out of it. It doesn't matter. This is such a moot point. We see this differently. I thought that Maddi went to help Joe. You thought that Maddi didn't. It doesn't matter. You wanted.
It does matter. I just
okay.
told
Let me
you
rephrase
that's
it then.
not what
I
I
think
said at
Maddi went
all.
to help Joe. You wanted Leva to reply to her. You wanted Leva's response to Maddi to be, this isn't your problem. This isn't your responsibility. You have a whole tour ahead of yourself. I want a responsible adult man to go into business with, right? Basically,
more or less. You don't need
so
to
in
be.
my mind, if Maddi's going to help Joe and that's the response that Leva gets, I think that's Leva being like, what you're doing is not right, because of how I see Maddi approaching this. You see her approaching it in a different way than I do.
I see that Maddi is a caretaker, is a codependent person who is in recovery. And it is a pattern with the people that I know in this. And I would have liked someone to try to take care of Maddi for 5 seconds, who Maddi is the girl trying to take care of everyone. I would have liked someone to tell Maddi, I would love it if you focused on yourself a little more.
Like her sponsor? Her sponsor should be the one to say that. And she didn't. What she did was...
the only person that can say that to her is her sponsor?
That's not what I said. I said it's who should have said it. There was 2 opportunities for that to be said in this episode. Her sponsor from AA and her boss.
Okay.
So her sponsor should have said it, not Leva.
We just talked earlier about how the sponsor basically took the heat off of Joe. Because I think that that's what you're kind of supposed to do, is bring up like other things to look at. This might be a you thing.
I deeply love both of you, but let's bring it home. Sip happens. No,
you just tried to squander out of that because you thought that I said something that I absolutely didn't say. And I was just trying to tell you it would have been nice for someone to take care of Maddi for once, as Maddie's literally trying to take care of everyone. So
now everyone's at the table and Mia's diving in and just straight up asking Lake why she's being avoidant. And Lake says, because you never gave Jordyn the apology that she so desperately deserves.
How did she word that? I'm trying to think how she worded that.
For what? She says, you didn't even apologize to Jordyn. Mia says, for what? No answer.
Then Mia starts wagging her finger, getting all angry.
I don't think that's true.
This whole thing went sideways, and then Mia brought Molly into it and said, well, if you think I'm a bad friend, you think Molly's a bad friend? Right? Isn't that how this went down?
Yeah.
These broads, no good.
Which I thought was a deflection. Listen, and I don't think Lake's in the right here. It's all awkward by Lake. Like, it's just like, because I do agree with you. Like, I don't know if she owes her a full-blown apology. It feels weird that you're not acknowledging someone that you've had a conversation with. You may not be friends with them, but you've had conversations. You've talked as people.
What would be the acknowledgement?
There's something going on between us. Let's go have a conversation. As 2 people, I know you have an issue right now. Let's go have a conversation.
Could Jordyn not do the same?
I told you, Jordyn isn't allowed to talk.
Got it. All right. Well, Mia's in a tough spot
world
then.
where Jordyn was allowed to talk, would you think that would be a better idea?
You remember that movie Bambi where she just goes up and talks to a lot of people? It's Bambi. She's not confident. Look at her. She's crying. Look at her.
Grow up, bitch.
Yeah.
Welcome to the big leagues.
Seriously, dude.
You don't date men who are interested in Mia because you'll lose every time.
Also, Sip Happens is just really kind of perfect for the ending of this, you know?
Valid.
Yeah.
Good point.
this is where it capped it off with Maddi for me, just kind of bringing it full circle of what I think is happening with Maddi on probably a life basis. When she threw out the term, and if you watch any of our other shows, you know, I hate the term girl's girl. I think that it's undefined, and I think people throw it around all the time, and we don't even really know what like the expectations are that would make you one, or what the sins are that make you definitely not one. But a girl's girl, for Maddi to throw that out and say that about Mia, like what she doesn't just throw out apologies or follow someone around and go, it seems like you're maybe sad. Are you sad? Are you mad? Are you feeling a certain kind of way? Should we talk about it? Like, I just don't think that that's Mia's responsibility. And so then I see Maddi, the way that she says that and kind of jumps into that group and all kind of piling on Mia. It just seems to me like Maddi likes an underdog. She likes to come to bat for someone who can't really like take care of themselves. And I just think like Joe, grown man, Jordyn, malnourished but grown woman, like maybe if people started letting them fend for themselves, they would grow some muscle and like learn how to fend for themselves and lead a life. And because this scene was atrocious. This scene was pathetic and desperate looking. And it showed that whole half of a table in like a...
It's crazy that they had to keep cutting to Jordyn to remind the audience, hey, she's here at the table.
Yeah, this
That
is about
was
her.
my favorite part of this whole conversation was that Jordyn wasn't involved in the conversation.
Right?
Like
Like-
that was literally my favorite part. Like the whole time, like her and Mia had two little sentences back and
Mia
forth.
didn't talk to her directly.
They did. They
Did they?
got into it for a hot
Okay.
second when Mia was like, "This dude's not worth it," and she's like, "No, I know he's not worth it." Okay, then why are we here? What are we doing?
Yeah, why are you dividing me
Yeah,
and
why-
all the
why are-
like?
yeah,
If this is the friend group that you speak of that you are a part of and should have,
Yeah, you're gonna blow up this whole thing
blowing
over
the
this
whole
dude.
thing up for a guy that you know is trash and isn't worth it, and also told you 50 ways till Sunday, not going to be your boyfriend. And then for when Lake brought Molly into it, it was like, all right, I don't like wrap it up. Like I would have just called like cut. Let's get out of here. Let's like quit before we're too far behind.
Yeah, for Lake to say like not emphasize that. Oh, I think you were not a good friend in this scenario, and just
Yeah.
be like, yeah, I think you've not been a good friend to her, and Molly to be like, one thing, and we're good. Like her and I are good.
Yeah.
It's the whole Brad and Michael's thing. It's like Brad and Lake are good. Michael's, why are you still bringing this shit up? Right? This
Yeah.
is not your thing.
Yeah.
Right? They're good.
Lake
Jordyn
Michael's-
and Molly are good. Jordyn and Mia are probably
There's what they were when they started.
they're nothing. Yeah, they're nothing. So Lake, you shut up.
And Jordyn didn't participate, and that is funny that like they just kind of kept panning to her and she wasn't saying anything. But like when Mia goes, she's crying, or not Mia, when Maddi
Maddi.
goes, she's crying, and she wasn't, but she did go. like here's the thing about
Rubbing
like
her.
if I'm in this situation and I'm Jordyn, and this thing happens to me where I get involved with a guy who, you know, was pretty straight up, like not wanting to do it, but like we hung out a hell of a lot and it seemed like the tide was turning. And I thought that we were actually going to move into something. And, you know, you got to give them time. And like, I was just letting him kind of come to it on his own and whatever, like all the things you could really convince yourself that like, no, I have a vibe that I think that like, he might say this, but I think actually I can feel his heart shifting. The time that we're spending together, I can feel that. I could understand why you would make the decision to keep going with something. But then like you get the notice that it was pretty staunch and black and white, clear that like, actually I was wrong about that. He's fully pursuing other women and it's going to be a no from him about this. And he's actually also now called me now and told me that and whatever. If I know, say I'm at home and my friends are out there and they're talking about this everywhere and they're poking at this girl, like there's a girl that I know in the friend, like she's in the circle. We're not really friends, but like she knows all my friends and whatever. She's already gotten one up on me. She's already won. I'd be embarrassed already. Like I'm embarrassed. I didn't get chosen. I'm going to put my tail between my legs and kind of just hunker down for a minute and like, you know, take it to the chin and like learn my lesson. Like, but like the better woman won or whatever, the hotter one, the older one, the one, whatever.
We get it. You really like Mia.
I love her. And then if I knew that outside, all of my friends were going around and talking about it at work, at the sip and pee, at the birthday, wherever they're all going to be around talking about it. I would be like, you guys, please stop talking about me. Like, this is embarrassing. Like, you're making me a person in conversation that's only reminding people I didn't get picked, reminding people that I did the thing every girl's not supposed to do, which is keep sleeping with the guy who tells you like not looking for anything serious. Like, I would want it to be in the rear view, in the past. I would tell all my friends, say nothing about this. Like, it never happened. I am dying that it did, and but like, let's just go forward as if it didn't. It's funny to me that Jordyn doesn't even have that kind of like humility about her. Like, drop it, take it as a lesson learned, and move on. And she's just letting this whole table keep talking about her, as if she's not there, but she is there. So she could have chimed in at any second and been like, you guys, this is getting a little much. Like, I think we've all...
She might love it. She might be the opposite of you and think that like if people's talking about her, then that's her wet dream.
So there lies the other reason that could just be making it where Mia's like, no, I'm not acknowledging this. Like, she's enjoying this. Look, how many places have we just been at? We're all arguing over this side piece, that like he never even took out to a proper dinner.
I think that, he didn't even take her to her favorite restaurant. I think Mia's also big beef with this whole thing is everyone making her seem like the other woman, which she said, she's like when she was talking to Molly, or I think it was in her interview, but she was like, I'm not going to apologize for being the other woman. I wasn't the other woman. Yeah. So like, I think that's her big beef too, is like, no, dude.
Yeah, there's
this dude broke up with a girl, asked me on a date. I said, yes, we're good. Stop crying.
There's so many factors of like why she is not doing the acknowledging or having the empathy that maybe on the surface it seems that she should have just as being a good human. I think that it's steamrolled into something where she's probably just so annoyed. Yeah.
Yeah. So this isn't Mia's problem. This is Jordyn's problem. Therefore, Jordyn needs to handle the problem. And
I think that because I'm noticing now and I'm wondering if Maddi is actually friends with Mia, and I feel like she's kind of not. And I feel like Maddi and Mia should be friends, like on paper, for success, for allyship. They should be. They are just sort of a level above these little, and maybe Maddi's the same age as these other girls, but she portrays to me a woman who's got her head on straight and does the work continuously, consistently every day. And I think that someone like Maddi gets bogged down by kind of like how, Lake likes Sandra. She's going to be friends with Emmy. Maddi's clearly friends with Emmy. Emmy shows her ass so hard this season that like there is no upside in being friends with Emmy. And so I think about where these women could get if they weren't constantly wasting their time on people that just aren't doing for themselves. And that's the thing. That's the thing with women. And I think that that's probably a bigger thing even with Southern women, because there is something very safe and secure about, well, I was going to do that thing, but then my friend had this whole crisis. So I actually couldn't go and make that connection with that person I should probably meet who has that venue or has that gig or whatever. Because sometimes like I don't want to go do those things because I'm nervous. I'm in my head about it. So the second that something, oh, well, got a problem here now, can't go. Would have loved to go do that, but can't because I got to take care of old so-and-so, or whatever. Like, it's just obstacles that sometimes you almost place in your own way in fear of real, like, success. Like, what would it be if you actually had the chance at real success? So I think I'm just looking at this from more like from 50,000 feet as opposed to just like taking everything at face value. And that's how I got into the business of deep dives.
Well, that is our business.
The vibe of the comments from last episode was Michaelels has the worst edit of the episode, and that's Jimmy Shue, Trisha Svader, Shannon Fall, Danny Clark, Eva Flavor, Katsky, and Joe Schmo. I feel like I haven't seen Danny Clark in a minute, and then she's popped up. Hi, Danny.
Well, Eva
Welcome
too.
home. Well, Eva I have seen.
Oh.
Yeah. Maybe she wasn't talking to you, maybe. Everyone's just reacting strongly to Michael's behavior, especially how he treated Lake. I wonder how they're going to feel after this episode. I feel like this is what happened. We tried to read comments from one particular summer house, and then the whole world exploded. And then reading the comments the following week was like kind of hilarious.
West is the best.
Yeah.
West is growing on me. I'm fully back on West.
Amanda deserves
Amanda's
a whole
so
new life. I
cute.
can't wait to see her glow up.
Kyle.
Yeah.
Sierra's kind of being a mean girl.
Yeah. Dude, I was in there being like, Sierra, oh my God, always speaking on this marriage. You don't know anything. Yeah, I think we all had to kind of eat shit after that.
Yeah, well, it happens. Somebody made the greatest comment today on, you posted the West and Sierra making out at the Yankee game. And someone was like, I'm tired of seeing these two assholes in my feed all day. Can we start posting about Sierra? And I was like, touche. Yes, we should
not as
all
fun.
post
Well,
about
and
Sierra.
here's
way
why we
hotter.
don't have to, because Glamour's doing that for Sierra.
Dude, somebody else was like, and Sierra just got the cover of Glamour. I'm
Yeah.
like, dang, hell yeah.
So yeah, we can all continue on just hate watching and raging on these two schmoes because everything's coming to Sierra and they're putting her on and they're calling her out for being a baddie. Okay, viewers think Emmy's apologies don't mean much anymore. That's from Glamvox and Shannon Fall and Fish and Gal. They just said her apology pattern feels repetitive and performative, just repeating behavior, fear of apologizing out of fear instead of accountability, doubling down afterwards, tone-deaf responses during serious conversations. The next one is split audience on Brad, accountability versus ego, and that's from Fish and Gal and Mary Ayaka Kent. Brad generated one of the only truly divided reactions this episode, which some viewers were saying his reaction to Emmy makes sense, and others were just saying he's too confident, he's acting like the number one guy, and leaning into status. The next one is viewers think friendships feel producer-driven, and that was a Mandy J. Just a notable meta-editing theory thread suggesting that Lake and Maddi staying close with Emmy may be production encouraged rather than organic. Here's hoping. I need an excuse.
Yeah.
Joe Bradley continues to make viewers uncomfortable. That was Danny Clark, Joe Schmo, and Miss Kitty. Just going to zip through the rest of these. Some viewers think that Emmy still doesn't understand the microaggression conversation. I would say that's accurate. Mm-hmm. That was Glam Voxtails and Joe Schmo. And funniest comments went to, the funniest one went to Johnny Smiles. Emmy, Janet podcast, anyone?
Dude, I pulled that.
I would listen to that. I would cover that and be like, you're not going to believe what these idiots were talking about.
And usually it's just one, like, oh, you're never going to believe what that guy said, or you're never going to believe what that girl said.
Yeah.
It's two. You got two.
Yeah.
Two total idiots.
Next one went to Organza Miss Gay Vancouver. I won't read the ones because you guys probably have pulled them, but it was about Craig versus West attractiveness rankings. And I just want to say, I think you. Third one was for Joe Schmo. Maddi as Joe's beard theory. Nicheless was next. The Joe has dreams comment. The Bravo redemption edit pattern theory went to Fish and Gal. And then the wildest comment went to Katsky. And it was that Michael's chasing Lake during the confrontation crossed into behavior that felt legitimately scary rather than dramatic TV. And that's true. And that's all I got because Truth for Peace for Freedom is on a what do you call a sabbatical?
A sabbatical.
Yeah.
Pretty sure you read all of our 50 comments, but that's
I didn't
okay.
read the comments though.
Katsky, I love how we bring Craig into every recap of any show. It makes my heart happy. By the way, you're all amazing and y'all make me laugh so much. Thank you, and you're welcome. And F. Craig.
Don't threaten her with a good time.
Yeah, really. Joe Schmo, Michaels took a microaggression and made it, dare I say, aggressive. Like, chill, bro. No need to get so puffy. Add a little lady, nonetheless. Mary Ayeka Kent, I agree with Travis. That was hard to type. I'm out on Brad. I think he thinks he's the number one guy. He's gotten too big for his britches. Carrie Peacock also agrees with you. Fishing Gal, what is worse? One lie you kept going for a year and a half, or 15 lies over a year and a half? And then who are you going to more likely go to, or who you're more likely going to trust not to lie to you again?
And then it specifically said, Travis, this one's for you. And you're like, I'm going to read that.
Why would you do that?
What?
It says, Travis, this one's for you. Almost like she wanted me to read it. And you're like, no, Fishing Gal. I got this. What is worse? There's no such thing as one lie that you keep going for a year and a half. You have to keep lying to make that lie real, right? Like you can't, it's not just one lie. You're lying multiple times over and over and over and over again. I would trust neither. They're both liars. Both real Craigs, you know?
One is a lie. One is 15 lies.
But in this case, she's talking about the specific lie of Trevor cheated. However, that one lie of Trevor cheated required multiple and double down and triple down lies to keep that lie going. So
Disagree. Don't ever disagree.
well, maybe next week she can ask you to.
Yeah, maybe she'll ask you to weigh in.
The question was for you, not the comment. C.S. Peterson, funny party boy in his 20s to town drunk is a quick and slippery slope once a man hits 30, especially to a sober woman who is looking for a stable, long-term partner. Probably true. Shannon Fall, great question. Jordyn, how shocked can you really be? Fair.
She's not shocked. I think we found it. I think that this could literally be her way into, now we know who Jordyn is. I would have never known her name before. And now I do. So she could have actually pulled off exactly what she came here to do. And like I said,
It's
bravo.
also like it's one of those
smart
things
business.
like, I know we're trying to wrap this episode up, but like, as you saw that there was that, I think it was this episode where there was that park scene between Lake and Jordyn. These productions go on shoot full on other scenes. Some never make the episode.
Yeah.
While filming this, Jordyn could be one of the main cast members, and it gets changed. Not like
No, it's,
TJ
no, I
main,
get
but
it.
like they're filming a lot. They're filming a
Yeah.
lot of different scenes, and some of them are the 2 days ago, and you just see a clip of it. But
Yeah.
that was a 3.5 hour setup for a scene that they shot.
Yeah.
So like no one knows until they see the actual episode come.
You're right. You're totally right. At which we talked about how Madison LaCroix had the opposite happen, where she had no idea. And then to watch the edits back going, I'm an A story? I thought I was just a girlfriend of this schmuck.
Summerhouse shot a whole season with a girl and cut her out. Sorry, Bailey.
Bachelorette did the same thing. I mean, they canceled the whole season, but
Oh, right. What? Like, because I assume that full cast has a much higher rate than day players would, you know? So I'm like, I wonder if she, like, you would know if you were supposed to be. I'm sure things happen, like where Madison is just Madison LaCroix, so she did such a bang up job that like they get her in and you can, you know, use whatever you want. But you got to be thinking, if I'm only getting paid a day rate, I'm probably not going to be in it that much. But then maybe you're just like, well, I'll take my day rate and I'll see you at the movies. Like maybe she just was like, this is my audition. I'm going to take my day rate, but I'm going to give it full-time cast energy.
Like if she had the wherewithal, which I'm not saying she did or didn't, but it'd be very tough to have it. If she had the wherewithal to know, this is going to be so stupid. She could totally, let me rephrase it. No, like if she didn't think she was going to be a thing, she just got a, you know, little shitty rate. She didn't think she was going to be that serious. The thing comes out, she's a big part of it. The negotiation for next season, full on. She just walks in and goes, let me tell you what you're going to give me. And they're going to be like, nah, like, bitch, I was the whole season last year. You want me to go or you want to do that again?
Yeah.
Because I'm here to party. And they're like, God damn it, here's your money.
And then George's going to do the same thing, but she's going to stare at him and not say anything.
Yeah. But I'm now realizing this is just all literally coming back to me in this moment that somebody did in an interview when Madison was talking about this. They did ask her, were you, how did you feel about that when you saw it? And I think that she said something, or the conversation included something like being like obviously very proud that she was able to like pull that off and they saw this thing in her. But after that was like, you sure got a lot of shit from me for not a lot of money. And if I'm going to keep showing up at these events just as a little throw in, I'm going to need some more cashish because like I'm giving you what everyone else is and you're paying me for a fraction. So that's interesting. Because you could literally tell someone, no, you're just going to, you know, be a side show, but then keep putting them on the call sheet for things. I wonder if that's a thing. Where people just kind of take advantage of people that don't really know.
You wonder if it's a thing where people take advantage of people in Hollywood?
No, but I mean, I wonder if it's a big. Well, I'm talking with cast people. Like obviously, production it happens more than it doesn't.
I think it happens. I think what's more likely is that she was the hair person, and like they didn't think she was going to be a pivotal role.
Yeah,
and then it turned out that she was a little spark plug and fun and cute,
little
and
spark
like
plug.
Yeah.
Everyone in post loved her. The producers loved her. She was probably super funny and nice, and like causing a ruckus and busting Austin's balls, which hadn't happened. And Pat loved her and Whitney loved her. And like I said, again, like she knows so much. You're not the hairdresser of someone rich and you don't know some shit. You know some shit. So like she, so there's probably it was probably more likely that they didn't realize she was going to be so great.
But now in the time of budget slashing being more prominent than it's ever been and only going to continue to get worse, people are going to have to get a little shiftier. So I foresee, no, she's going to be something, but we're just going to have her as a little add-on.
I don't know how much those types of shows are getting cut because they're pretty affordable to make. You know what I mean? Like that's the kind of show that'll last on a cable, like because it makes sense. It makes enough money for what it costs. It's the AGTs and the American Idols and the shows that are $80 million a year that are like, no, we can't. There's no way to pay for that anymore.
Okay.
All right, last one. Jimmy Shue. Michael's acts like a little kid. Pull your petties up, child. It's your choice to be on TV. Your mother chooses not to want to be on TV. That's her choice. Quit whining like a petulant child and grow the fun up.
I love this. That wasn't even in that episode. It's on this episode, but we are taking so long to post these that people are going and watching the new episodes and then going into our older recaps and going, I'm putting this comment here. Because that FaceTime hadn't happened yet.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's on us.
No, this FaceTime happened this episode.
This episode, but these comments are from last episode.
That's funny. Yeah, way to go, Jimmy Shue.
Yeah.
We're going to call it?
You don't have any comments?
Y'all
no
read
one
all
said
of them.
anything
I
nice
read the
to you?
consensus.
You couldn't find 3 comments.
I was mentioned twice, and you read those.
One of
I've
them?
made it very clear, have I not, from the beginning,
That you're a bratty little...
that if you mention me in the comments, I'll read it. And then you chose the 2 comments that mentioned me, and you're like, I
What
got
was the
these.
other one?
It
I
is
read
weird
one
that
comment.
You chose.
The Mary Aika Kent said, I agree with Travis. Can't believe I'm typing that.
That's not a
I
compliment.
memorized it. What?
That's
She
not-
was annoyed that she had to agree with you.
But she agreed with me. That's a win.
All right. Well, that's great. So Travis won't be reading comments, folks. That's not a thing unless you're nice to him. All right, Lake. Can we call you Lake from now on?
Don't bring me into this. Don't make this a we thing.
What?
I'm saying. You said, should we call you Lake? And I said,
can we? Can we call you Lake
oh,
now?
sorry. It was a can, not a should. Well, then that negates everything I said.
Okay. Like and subscribe. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you on the next one. Bye.